Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga.
Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas.
I'm in you. Got my nigga Rewan with me.
But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor.
You know what I'm saying?
Under commanding General Honor. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my hock, I'm gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talkin' shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them, I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For I take your life or let you take mine. That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Backstage. Yeah, nigga. Fake ass nigga.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about? Hey,
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade just line up. Young nigga named Slayer, what you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, soup solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who shit, I'm bout it. UPK too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All the niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a preach hoe. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. That's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga want war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawkeye keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood or hood? More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga, I popped off for a neck. If that nigga want war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawkeye keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood or hood? More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 we gon' be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my taxes. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place a captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. Dog eats a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog eats a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog eats a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog eats a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. Dog eats a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog eats a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog eats a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog eats a dog.
Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitchin' and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Hey, fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, bitch, I done had enough. Fuck that fucking job, I'm watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, on soul. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, all these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promise nigga this, promise nigga that. Want my ass to work, then bring that paper back. Sharp, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitchin' and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, execute. All these people drop like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck that fucking job, when I pull up I hate it. Yeah, fuck Money supposed to be a tool. For a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitch and that crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm sick of that shit. I know you sick of it too, man. Money supposed to be a tool, but what's your purpose though? It's supposed to benefit a purpose. Shout out Boom Man now.
I hit the bottom of the feet, then I recover. Bounce, bounce, till I'm completely out of rubber. I tied a meat tree like a Zeke down a lover. No sweat, I'm not a priest without a cover. I hit the bottom of the feet, then I recover. Bounce, bounce, till I'm completely out of rubber. I tied a meat tree like a Zeke down a lover. No sweat. I'm not a priest without a cover.
I feel the pressure, but it's checkers, boo.
Don't topple over dominoes.
Gird your loins, the abdominal.
Resisting the abominable.
Deal with the impossible like any other obstacle.
Since failure isn't optional.
You better lock it low. Yes, I'm the man, your only fan, I take it personal. Something like a Daniel out of one that makes me merciful. Some shit you never seen, some shit you
Right back at you again. Officer Shapat Dayakin. Dropping something heavy for these cowards out here. Yeah. Coming straight from 125th, 1 West, Harlem, New York. Home of the truth, nigga. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. All day as we discuss how they don't like us. Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us, watch where you stepping. Cause a scene, you gon' see how brotherhood is a weapon. Tough skin protect our wrists, teach girls and kids the foulness. Call them prophetess, a priest damn near nothing without it. More than rubies, cute and understanding when describing. Virtue loving, no lip from the daughters of Zion. Gold teeth, earrings, chains, and the rings. Precious metals, fabrics, emphatic stones, and everything. Trying to catch the slang, rewind what we rap and slang. Lost in parables, the scripture breakdowns terrible. Yasha Allah, Prince of the power, we are the Jews. God on earth, you can see it by watching all our moves. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha.
Man, that's crazy.
Hold on, let me make sure I got my shit right.
Oh man, it's not TV, man. We're doing it big out here once again, man. ISUPK on the Commander Junior Honor, man.
You heard about the mission to Acuna. This is the mission to Kensington.
The mission to K&A. we out here in Kensington, Allegheny. You know, it's a notorious spot in the city of Philadelphia. A lot of drug addiction, a lot of homelessness, a lot of poverty in the city of Philadelphia. It's famous, you know, across the world at this point. Y'all caught me eating some of this amazing food that these sisters done put together, man. Under Commanding General Yohana, we got some amazing spirits in this school, man. Raised up right, you know what I mean, to come out here to the hood, the gutter, and man, and we gonna do this work wherever we go. You know what I mean? While to Commanding General Yohana putting that work in and raising up brothers and sisters like this, man. You know what I mean? We coming to every major city, man. Every city where One West at, we gonna try to do these hot food drives. You know what I mean? Like here to support the people that's in need. That's what the school, that's what we all about. And when it come down to it, we are here to help the people that are impoverished, destroyed, people at the bottom. Everything we do, that's what we do it for. Everything we say, even though it may seem hateful, even though it may seem crazy and outlandish, everything we do is for the people at the bottom. That's what we
don't know how they made my day, man. It's the food, the blessing, man. They put their foot onto that meal, man.
That's what's up, man. We appreciate you, man.
Hey, this is one of the best meals I ever had down here, man. By far. Hey, man, that's the love, man. I just say that they're trying to get back to the people, man. Let people know people care, man. That's what's up, man. Y'all continue up the hard work, man. For real. It's noticed, man.
We appreciate that, bro. We appreciate that,
man. No, man. People appreciate y'all, man.
Right.
For real. Giving a lot of people hope, and whereas so a lot of people don't have hope, man. That's what it's about, man.
So, you know, it's a beautiful day today. The sisters came out from New Jersey, Delaware, Philadelphia, came out to support the event.
That's that good old curry soup I made. You gotta taste it.
It's the sisters' choice to do this, man. They their hearts is huge, and people think our sisters is locked up or something, like we got them locked in cages. No, our sisters out here, they giving back just like us. They willing to work for the Most High just like us.
And guess what?
We're still protecting them. Come on now,
yes, sir.
Tighten up. That's what we do, man. ISUPK, I'm the Commander General.
God, sir.
We feed the community, man. Get in line, get with us. This is what we do. All the brothers is here. The sisters is doing an amazing job. We out in Kensington and Allegheny. If you know anything about that, you know we out here. We don't care. We feed Israel.
Lit is not the word for it. We are so happy and thankful and grateful for y'all guys allowing us to do this for ISUPK and for our family and friends out here. We up in K&A. They got Gia up in K&A.
In the belly of the beast, man. We up here in Kensington doing what we was raised to do, doing what we bred to do, and that's to show brotherhood. You see what I'm saying? And the sisters, it's not about us. It's about the sisters, man. The sisters is doing a great job out here. You know, and this is how the Lord get His glory, right here.
They put their foot into it. Ain't nothing but love.
Yeah.
Food, can't even explain it.
Most High Christ.
I'm trying to do it for you more often, okay? All for you, Hebrew.
Hey, thank you. Hey, anytime, hey, I already know. This right here, wow.
Shout out to Knock, man, making history. You know what I mean? He only got like 2 to 3 subscribers, but man, make sure you subscribe to Knock TV, man. Hit that notification bell, like, share, and subscribe to this content, man. We got Nabar over here with Nabar, man. Say something to the camera, bro.
No, he gonna send it to me. I want that. I need that.
UPK. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
Are you
I'm willing
prepared to
do
specifically
that, but
do it? Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it. Do you want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
white
name.
Supremacists and
who would
right
you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud
militia.
Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
Hey, Yabashin Shabraka. Oh shit. Hey, Kazaki, you in Trinidad? What's going on? God, boy. I know that been hot down there. I see you all in sweaters and stuff. Y'all trying to show off?
If Kazak was in Trinidad, I meet you that beat to the other side. You know what I mean?
You have to carry in his hands, and that back wall, all that will be broad, will be women. Woman from Port, from Arima, from Chagora, woman from everywhere, from Venezuela.
Right.
Yeah, with a pattern whole thing. It's a Yankee, yeah, Yankee boy, yeah, Yankee. Hey, both sides, Christ, how you feeling? Most of Christ, again, you know what I mean, holding down the show for Commander in your hand, the hardest working man. And this girl giving him a hand, you know, just coming off that glorious Passover. And more to come. Y'all think UPK playing? We ain't playing about it, man. We ain't playing. Ain't no smokes and mirrors over here. What you're seeing is the real deal. You know what I mean? It's the real deal. Reach out and touch real deal, man. So, you know what I mean? Y'all stay tuned with it. You know what I mean? We're gonna be doing some more amazing things, you know, as the year progress. You know what I mean? Big up everybody who chiming in. We have Makolat down there from Georgia. You have a priest. You know what I mean? Sasha Ra also chiming in. Daniela. You know what I mean? Daniela becoming a stalwart. I think he making an application to be on the staff. Daniela, for you, Daniela. There's a few of them. You just arts and paint. Yeah, I mean, we had to find a role for you. Nazarmana, another one, always rolling through. Yeah. Iwa Baghdad, Musa in Crisis, Basawana, I think that's out there in California, always locked in. I don't know who this is here, but I might get rid of you right away. Yeah, show him the security. Security. Yeah, I may have hit the wrong one. If you're fine, you can't come back in, Salakia. Tower Bath from Charles City, Virginia. Shalom, sis. Naeem, pleasant sister. Shalom, sis. Denise Frederick. Shalom, sis. Malak and family. Mosiah in Christ family. Malak Ban. You know what I mean? We have a whole lot more. Who's this? I think there's a sister Sapphire from North Carolina. Sister Kana. Shalom, sis. Meech Rube, Salakia. Trooper Iwa Pollard, Salakia, brother. That's just saw the first one. Trooper Iwa Pollard, Most High in Christ, bro. To water for locking in. I think that's about it. we'll get the rest of them on the other side. You know what I mean? We'll get the rest of them on the other side. Listen, Daniel Allen say you ready to serve. Yeah, I feel you, brother. I feel you. What city you in, Daniel Allen? What city you in?
That's right.
Yeah, man. Who is this? Charles City Roots here is also was at New Kent, Virginia in the house. New Kent, VA. We gotta check and see where that is at. We gotta pull out Google Maps on that one. At least for me. Let me ain't talk for everybody else, but at least for me. Yeah, I mean, we gotta get everybody plugged in, man. This high time to be getting in the service of the Lord. You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's the right time to come in the Lord's military right now. You know what I mean? Sign up, enlist. The few, the brave, the UPK. That's the few, the brave. That's right. Niggas on TV. But this one right here, that's who we are, man. So the earth is in turmoil. We back with the whole college drive from the Vietnam War. The whole spirit is back again. That whole vibe from the Arab Spring. The whole thing where it was on Facebook and the pushing and the protesting. You know what I mean? Down there as big as that whole George Floyd protest. And even worse. You know what I mean? And they getting played. It's an election year and they didn't even realize they're getting played. Yeah. So I'm only gonna touch on that one because that violence there is similar to what that Antifa was doing with them police brutality protests. I don't know if you remember. Where Antifa was up with the all black and the bats and the face mask, and you didn't know which side it was. You didn't know which side they were on, and they was just cracking skulls, man. They was just cracking skulls and beating people, brass knuckles, and I mean everything. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, where you want to start? Where you want to start, Cap?
Boy, it has some good stories there, boy.
Yeah, definitely. Anna, I would like to touch on that one with the young girl who get beat up on the bus.
You had a young girl get beat up on the bus, then had the one with the trans I could say transsexual, right?
I kind of trying to stay away from that, boy.
That's another.
I'm non-binary. I'm non-binary. I'm automatic. I ain't trans nothing. No transmission. No nothing. I'm automatic. I drive a Tesla. Damn, yeah. Transmission is trans what? You get it?
Lucky.
Yeah, we could definitely get it. We could definitely get it if you're interested in it for sure. Go ahead, Kyle. Cause
a couple concerts. I was going to say, I don't know if it's on a list. I'm looking over it now, but there was I don't know. I'm checking to see. There was a bill, a anti-Semitism bill that was passed.
It's like number 4, number 5, or something like that.
Okay, couple concerts.
That's a good one to get to. You know what I mean? Because in there, they make reference of the civil rights.
Yep.
Right? The bill itself and make mention of civil rights, which then they're trying to use. You know what I mean? What we try to, we try to do. You know what I mean? But really use it to I would say, a better effect for their people. If you're looking at the Jewish people on them, you know what I mean? They for sure, love their people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, ridiculously. Like they'll do things for their people. And they go ahead, Salaki.
No, Salaki, I was gonna say you reading the bill about anti-Semitism, but you can't figure out what the hell is anti-Semitism because you wouldn't on that. You literally had to go get a lawyer who, knows about it, because a regular citizen reading that, he is not understanding that type of language.
You gotta get a PR. You gotta get a PR team to talk.
Yeah,
you gotta down there PR team to talk, and like that. Them people, those people, right? They are not like we bridled by what looks good, and I don't even want to use the word morality because that ain't it. But we as people, we bridled by trying, saying something to not offend somebody because we don't live through a history, decades, or if you want to even go back as centuries of hearing public, public statements with authority, which is different from just the average social consensus. You know what I mean? That's the community could say something. But when you hear a public statement coming from the authority, a senator, a governor, president, in derogatory terms, attacking, we know how that feels as a people. So we, when we try to talk or say anything on behalf of, we sculpt everything we say to make sure we don't ruffle nobody's feathers.
Yeah.
Are not like that. I'm not like that. I listen to some of the news coverage with some of these protesters, pro-Israel protesters on the campuses, and the things they're saying, like you really have no shame. You have absolutely no shame to say what you're saying in an effort to bring awareness or sympathy or defense to your people. Like you saying stuff like for people to feel sorry for you that you did to other people and you watched other people do to us. And somehow now that you saying it, it's supposed to be okay. And that's the difference I'm seeing with us and the heathens, where when it comes to their people, they'll come out and say whatever the hell they had to say and lay it flat on the table and get the bill passed and this and that and the other. But our leaders, our people, it's like down there, we down there had to charm the snake or charm the lion to get something. Like I guess it's from speaking with no power. Well, your words is the only thing that matter. But with them, they have, of course, a military. They have an economic. They have the means to exact economic repercussions. Then, you know what I mean. Like if somebody don't do something, they could make one statement and pull out and boycott or go shift. Have an economic shift that would really affect. So when they get up there, they could say whatever the hell they want to say. Because if you don't listen to them, we're going to do this on the back end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think, Cap, what you said is so heavy too, because I try to sit down and figure this stuff out, man. I try. And the only thing I could get back to is money. That's the only thing I could get back to, the whole economic. No, for real, because, okay, people think for real, that they need to go line up in some line come, I think it's November is voting, and think they could get the finger red or blue, you know what I mean, with ink, and think that's going to make a difference. When the difference is them APAC people, them people who had the money for that bill, the reason why that bill get passed is because they're the ones that paying the politicians.
Right.
You understand? They're the ones that funding their campaign. Now, you a politician, you going to listen to me? The first thing I had to do is, how much money is Natha giving to my campaign? Oh, $0?
Yeah.
Oh, tell Natha
check.
Come tell Natha come see me next month. That's gonna be me for the rest until I say, you know what, I put 100,000 on the books. Now you're gonna be like, yeah, come in, let's sit down and talk. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And black people, Hispanics and Native Indians, we don't understand that type of life, but that is a politician life. It's who pays him. That's why your Jay-Z and your Oprahs and them, they won't come out and say anything because they don't make the money they're getting. They're getting the money because the money trickling down to them. So they can't say jack squat, because if they say jack squat, all that money is coming out. They're gonna lose all that money, and they're gonna be right back in the hood with me and you, and they're not willing to sacrifice that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you said is right, Cap, with that whole economic. You know what I mean? That's why black people don't want to open their mouth and say anything. We clearly see it's wrong because stuff been done to us, so we could clearly see when things being done to other people. We know it's wrong, but we can't come out and we can't open our mouth. We can't say anything about it because we scared to lose that money, that economic, you know what I mean, that funding. You know what I mean? So politicians, they're gonna just say whatever who's giving them money want them to say. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So like if I may too, sir, and Captain I thought what you bringing out is so heavy. Just for those, Captain I thought I know you a professor, sir, so lucky, but a lot of us don't even understand the process. Yeah, God, sir. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We was talking about that today, sir. Like we've been the truth so long. I told brothers, the next slave I get, I'm gonna tell them I have a master's degree. You understand? Whether or not they honor it, that's on them. But I have a master's degree. You understand?
That's right.
Because, sir, but the whole process of lobbying itself, for those that may not know, is where you have groups or individuals that represent special interests. And so what they do is you pay the lobbyists to now pay the Congress members or lawmakers to sway their opinion to represent their interests. And so just to bring it back to this, AIPAC, like you mentioned, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee is the largest pro-Israel organization in America and the largest pro-Israel lobbyist group. And that same AIPAC, that Judith Varney Shore, she was the one that said the greatest threat to the state of Israel was American Black youth. She was a member of AIPAC. So just to let everybody know, to understand, like you want to now participate in these politics when these politicians are bought by the same people that hate us, by the people that literally seek to destroy us. Like out of all the things she could have said, she didn't say Palestine was the biggest threat. She didn't say Gaza, Iran's nuclear weapons. Judith Varney Shore, a member of AIPAC, said the biggest threat to the state of Israel was Black youth. You understand? So just to let everybody know, these lobbyists are in the politicians are in the back pocket of these lobbyists who hate us. You understand? So it's like, I said to say, the entire idea that we can fix the system or change it by joining it, you ain't got enough money to even think about changing this system. You understand? Like this is old money we talking about right here. This is dirty money, bloody money that's influencing this government, and it's ran by the Jewish man. And that's how the Jewish man was able to get a bill passed expanding the definition of anti-Semitism, which when you go into it, they consider anything speaking against, having an opinion against Israel in general, they call it anti-Semitism, meaning we was listening to some of the debate in the car, and it was a senator, and he voted against the bill, and they called him anti-Semitic. And he was like, I've been a pro-Israel supporter since my youth. I've always, like his track record shows he's always supported Israel. He was like, but we've gotten to a dark place when we start to say anybody that has an opinion against the state of Israel is anti-Semitic. He was like, that's not anti-Semitic. He's like, we're not talking about harming Jewish people. He's like, I have an opinion against the state of Israel. And he's like, that's like calling somebody a terrorist that has an opinion against America. And he was like, he's like, we're going down a really dark place in this history, because he's like, now you're infringing on First Amendment rights. But what it is this nation is coming to a close. Like Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it. Salaki, so I ain't mean to be point.
No, you for sure hit it on the head there, because this is what's going to happen next. They're going to seek to make it law after, because it doesn't pass as a bill. So the next stage is to pass it as law. And of course, Biden is going to try very hard to use that as political leverage to get Israel under control. Because remember, about 3 or 4 months ago, he was telling them, stop. He was telling them stop. And they was like, to hell with you. We're going to do whatever the hell we're going to do. Yep. So now with his election year, he's using this, of course, to gain the votes of the Israel, the diaspora in America, and also to try to get them to do whatever. But nevertheless, whether they pass or not, the white nationalists, the patriots of America, the proud, the Star-Spangled Banner, blow your hand off for 4th of July, white man. This to him is censorship.
Right.
It's infringing on his First Amendment rights. First Amendment, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Right. It's infringing on his First Amendment right. And this oppressor, boy, For his constitution, he's a fool for it. Literally a fool. Most of them don't understand it. Most of them don't even know it. But they will give their life for it. They know they have something that's valuable, and they will, go to the ends of the earth for it. And if this thing is threatening, their mouth, Jewish people in America are going to find a new enemy in the white nationalists of America. And that's going to be, I don't know what the English word is, not a paradigm, paradox, a conundrum. That's going to be something ridiculous, because now you're going to be facing an empire, that's in power, that has a strong military, that has a strong national interest, that are against you because they feel that you are oppressing them. That's very, very, it will resonate with the Jewish community because of their past with Germany.
Right.
That's where the thing is going in terms of the current. You get the point? Where it's going in terms of the current. As it get closer, that Trump, he ain't started to talk about this yet. If you notice, he ain't really as loud as it is with this thing yet. As it gets closer, them Jewish people in America, you might find a new enemy in the average white patriot, because you are telling him he can't say nothing, which is, they're not going for that.
Yeah. I mean, I was just saying, you remember when they tell them they couldn't wear the mask? When they tell them they had to wear the mask.
Right.
There was problems just to tell them, for health reasons, put a mask on. They're like, ain't nobody going to tell me what to do. But just to add to what you're saying too, and what made me want to go read the bill, too, is because what they're saying is, you can't even say the Jews killed Jesus. You understand? That's to them that would be considered anti-Semitic.
Right.
You understand? So for Christians, that would be a problem. You know what I mean? Which means you can't read the Bible where it says you're such and such. It's to them, it's going to be anti-Semitic, and that's in the Christian, community. I'm speaking about.
Like I would like to really see the response from everybody else with this: the Christians, the Muslims, the Buddhists. I would like to see the response from everybody else to see how far they would go to curb their speech and curb their mouth to appease this community if this thing becomes a law. Right now, it's just a bill. It's on the table. But it'll be interesting to see just how far it could go. You know what I mean? Because that there is, in my opinion, I think that there is treading very dangerously close to the freedom of speech. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just treading dangerously close to freedom of speech. You know what I mean? And once again, the fear they have is, a nation or country rising up against them, like what happened in the past, which is why they say never again.
Right.
That comes from, again, speech coming from an authority, like a governor or a senator, somebody who has power and influence to mobilize the masses.
Right.
I have an opinion as relative to what they're talking about as a civilian. You can't tell me that what I'm saying is somehow going to have a butterfly effect and you end up in an oven in the next 2 years. You get the point? But them people who on the TV talking about I'm running for governor, back me, and I'm running for state senator, back me. Now, if they start talking, I could see how that happens, because they influence movers and shakers. They have the ability to actually put things in place. So really, this bill is oppressive to the regular public, and not at all giving a bridle to any one of them, which is backwards as hell. You're making more enemies by this thing here, as far as I can see.
Yeah. And what you're saying too, Cap, just to back you up too, that could explain, as you're saying, that could explain the whole, the whole propaganda. You understand? Because they say the history on that propaganda, say the propaganda, forget it, the word it came from. I have the book here. If I could, later on I'm gonna read some of it. But what it's saying too is, like, they know that propaganda, like what it did to us, it led to our downfall, and it have us in the situation we are right now, where black men are looked at as, as criminals. You understand? So that's the propaganda, and they know with propaganda, by allowing people to say things that's negative towards your people, it puts your people in a place where, like, they could get harmed.
Right.
And nobody will say you don't deserve it. Because that's why you turn the TV on, you see a black brother, he got unalive. You understand? And nobody cry about it except black people. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Because of the propaganda they allowed to push on black people, Hispanics and Native Indians. You understand? So they know the power in that propaganda. You understand? So they know that for them to stop what happened to black people, they're gonna have to push this bill. Because I guarantee you, if black people was allowed to push that same bill, they're pushing in Congress to stop them from speaking about us that way, then the news go have to find another way to engage us, to speak about us. You understand? Then the facts gonna start coming out that black men are the best fathers on the planet. The facts will start coming out.
That's
You know what I mean? That, like, now we have to, go to the statistics to show that black men are best fathers. But without the statistics, the propaganda saying that we bad,
right,
that we criminals, that we this, that we that, so that when we get unalive in the streets, oh yeah, he looked for that. He for sure. You know what I mean? They put themselves in that position. You remember what you said? I think he was in England and he was speaking, and the heathen, the Palestinians say black people put themselves in that position or something. I think he was talking about
abortion.
Say that one more time.
It was about abortion.
Yeah, I think the woman say like you all put yourself in that situation.
Yeah,
that's the propaganda. That's because they're allowed to speak evil about us in the news. You know what I mean? And not just the news, to the whole entire earth.
That's it. That's exactly like if we get a bill like that, it's going to affect economics.
Yeah.
Their bill don't affect economics because they don't have TV shows push. I think I've seen one TV show that had them in a bad light, and this was the recent one with Robert De Niro. I think Kazaka told you about is on Amazon, where the Jewish people is coming together and hunting down ex-Nazi people in America.
I forget the name of that show. I know what show is that you're talking about. Forget it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But they're saying they're blaming the Jewish community for introducing the corn syrup to black people and the health industry, and they're using the racial epithets in the show. But it's because they make it for themselves. But you can't go to Hollywood and see anything as propaganda against the Jewish community. You can't even make jokes about ovens and Holocaust. You can't even do nothing like that. So that bill, it could pass because it don't affect their money. Like same thing what you saying, in fact, from the beginning. It don't affect their money. What it does, in fact, it could make them money because the people who it affect is people who don't have that power that could now face charges or face sanctions and bans and have to do what now? Go get one of them Jewish lawyers to go in front of the Jewish judge and pay that money to get off. If anything, if we do it now, there's a whole section of the society that is going to have to pay and, change how they do things and change the jokes and the stuff they say and the songs they make because it would apply to all of them.
Right. So
You know what I mean? Good.
And what you're saying is so heavy, and just me being me, I think this is all surrounding Shalom Shabbat, sir. I think this is all surrounding the UPK. And I say that because there has been no other organization on the face of the earth that has been pushing, and I'm not saying we say it's anti-Semitic. What we say is the truth according to the Bible. The same Bible that everybody claims to believe in. We are actually going into those records, you understand, under Command and General Yohana, and bringing out what that Bible actually says. So even what we say is not anti-Semitic, but to them, we can be looked at as the spirit tip of speaking against the Jewish man, because so many people now have called into question their validity because of what we have been saying on those street corners since 1969. So in my mind, I think this entire bill is a roundabout way somehow to get us to somehow penalize us for saying the things that we say, because like we said last show, what we're saying is not affecting them, it's affecting their children. And their children now are hearing these things, and they're starting to question the old way and question all these things. It's like, hold on, these black and brown people are claiming to be us. And they have a very strong case that they're presenting that they are us. You understand? And they, you know, they bringing these questions to their rabbis and to their fathers and mothers, and their fathers and mothers can't answer these questions. So I think this bill really is just a roundabout way, just like really in everything, to stop the truth from coming out, to stop the ISUPK. And the problem is, what you devils don't understand is you are only highlighting and helping everybody else to understand that you are the devil. But the fact that they can pass a bill to stop, to infringe on your First Amendment right of free speech, to not speak against the Jewish man, lets you know that the Jewish people have power. They are not the people whose gates languish. They're not the people in Jeremiah 14:2 who lack protection, who lack leaders, who lack as a people, who are destroyed, like Hosea 4 says. These are the people that Revelations 2:9 says, the synagogue of Satan. These people right here, they run the earth. They understand, like they run the earth. The fact that you can pass this bill and to let you know, you got fellow Israelis and Jewish people that are speaking against this. They saying this is exactly, Captain Shock, you alluded to it. They said this is exactly how Nazi Germany started. It started with free speech infringement against the Reich. And it turned into something completely different by the time you got to the end of 1945. It started just like this. And so a lot of Jewish people are like I said, I've been listening to C-SPAN and NPR. He said, the problem with these type of bills is the people that support it, they support it because it supports their cause. He said, but the moment somebody else in power that's not their cause gets in, they can now use it for their cause and now infringe on your rights. You know what I'm saying? So it's never, you understand, it's never a good thing, and you're going to see it backfire on them. And it's just highlighting that these people are the devil.
Listen, I got time today because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to comb through this bill out. I'm going to comb through this bill and find how I can make this bill work for me. Because I'm the real son of Shem. I'm going to find how this bill could work for me. And brother, it's going to be a weapon on the streets. I'm trying to tell you. Don't come up and try to stop the speaking. Don't ask how loud the speaker is, because section 38, subsection ABC.2.4 says, cry aloud and spare not. Lift your voice like a trumpet. And you try to exercise anti-Semitism against the Jews, the real children of Israel. That's the common ground we gonna have to find. We gotta find that little space in between two oppressors. When two oppressors slugging it out, we like that referee in the ring who just get excited when one slug the other one. We gotta be there to be able to make this thing work for us, because it definitely is not they're not the real Jew, as Kazak was saying. You know what I mean?
I'm right. Salaki, if I could.
Go ahead.
They had the Harvard commencement speaker that they having for speak for Harvard. She already likened Israel to Hitler already, and this we talking about. See, now we get into the intellectual debate, intellectual argument. Now, see, for so long they didn't want. Remember, the UPK told a lot of our listeners out there, when you go back to critical race theory, remember the whole talk about critical race theory in colleges and how they wanted to take it out the book And UPK told you on Black Watch that no problem. You can take it out of the book. The Lord is going to put it in your face in living color.
Right.
And now you have it. Here you have it here. See, when you try to remove race out of the whole equation, it always seems to come back. And now you're having one race against another race. And now it's outside the classroom and you can't even get in the classroom now.
Right.
So you can close the book. The Lord will make this thing real. And now dealing with the quote unquote Ivy Leagues, I like to call them poison Ivy League schools. But for all those scholars out there who starting to sound more like the UPK, starting to agree with more of our talking points and the stance that we've established in school since 1969. Now, once again, like this article, they need a bill now because this thing is going viral. See, that's the thing. It's beyond they're trying to contain it now, but now it's reaching the halls of EU. It's reaching, and then now, not only that, when you look at Hitler and you look at what the Nazis did, now it's starting to delegitimize what happened in Germany. Like people are starting to question this now. And remember, the Lord, if you take on an identity that's not yours, the Lord will shame you out of that identity. Which is why the Bible says the man of sin has to be revealed before that time comes. And that is the time we are in, brothers and sisters. Why there's so much social unrest in the earth? Because there's a spiritual awakening. That's why. These are the times that the prophet spoke about. All this unrest, and it's over an identity that's belonged to us and in a land, our ancestral land that belongs to us.
Right.
So like I yield.
Yeah. Yeah, they're playing a slippery game right now because even just on the back of the shout out whoever the sister is here, DF, many people look and learn from the ISUPK. However, they won't give the school credit for the information, which is absolutely true. Now, I'm glad more and more people seeing it, you know what I mean, and being able to say it, because that in conjunction with Kazakh, everybody was just saying is that they're hearing us. They're going to use this to try to, censor us with what we're saying. But to do this on the back of Kanye West, on the back of Kyrie Irving, on the back of Nick Cannon, on the back of all the the whole music industry talking about how oppressive it was. Because remember, the whole Ice Cube thing came back up with what's the manager they had?
Jerry Heller.
The whole thing with Jerry Heller. To do this on the backside of that, and even now, if you look at the movie industry, I mean, it's ridiculous with them. It's ridiculous with them, and they will claim that they don't have the power and this and that. But to do this on the back of that, it's immense hubris, it's immense pride to try to have all of that under control. Like, you control what comes out on the movies. You control what comes out on the radio. You control politicians. And me with my mouth talking to my people, you ought to control that too. The Lord is going to step in. Like that ridiculous amount of pride. They got to have some name for that. Overwinner syndrome, or sour winner syndrome or something. It got to have a name for something like that. Because how could you win and still feel like you're losing? Over talk. Like, it got to have some kind of phenomenon, some kind of study about that. That's like the royal family. Like in England, I know at one time you couldn't say nothing about them, man. You say, and you joke about the Queen, you lose your tongue. And one time, so it got to have some kind of phenomenon with that thing there, and the Lord is going to step in if it goes to that point. You know what I mean? Let's get a little bit on the article too, instead of go through some of them stories, because the time gonna go. But like this thing I was pointing out, boy, it's so multifaceted. But the thing I like about it is, it seemed like no matter where in the stratus of society, whether it's the upper echelon, the politician, the entertainer, the common man, the activist, whatever. Everybody have a bad taste in the mouth over this thing.
Exactly.
And that's very rare. That's a very rare thing, like where damn near everybody, usually it benefits somebody and they just fine. But it seemed like in every facet of society, everybody's like, what the hell is this shit?
Salaki.
Yeah, come on, huh?
Captain, what you're saying is so right. I think some professors would like to call it in political science an echo chamber. Where when you say something and everyone is agreeing, which is why the word is so powerful. The Bible says life and death is in the power of the tongue, and those that love it gonna eat the fruit thereof. What Captain Mashak is saying is when you think about something, when you in an area where what you say is start to reverberates over and over, and it's bouncing off the walls, and it's coming from every directions where they think it wouldn't even come from.
Right.
You understand? The word came from the Most High. The truth came from Him. But now it's about to become an echo chamber now, and it's getting louder.
It resonates.
Thank you. It started to resonate. Now it's a problem. Now we have to censor this. We have to find some way to censor this noise, because this noise that's starting to become what they say echo chamber is going to usher in a new system, a new kingdom, a new way of governance.
Yeah,
that right there, that is one of the byproducts of revolution. The forerunner of revolution. That's one of the forerunners. When people start to say, okay, they don't agree with what they agree with, but this one thing that everyone can see, agree with it. Now we're in the echo chamber.
Right.
And
so what are you going to do now? So you have to weaponize democracy. You have to do all these things by an anti-Semitism bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Once again, you got to know how to, read between the lines and read the room. So, like, I yield.
That's right.
Yeah, what you're saying, Kahan, is so right too, because if they don't do it as you're saying, then the talk is going to be they are no better than the Germans. So they have to do it, because if they let that talk continue, that what they're doing to these people, because brother, I'm telling you, okay, there's a story we have there too about the Russian, about Putin putting some cannibals on the front line, right? How we know it's true, but they're putting the story out there, if you understand what I'm saying. But we know, you understand, there's stories that are going on right now in that war they have there in Palestine and with Israel, and they're not bringing it on the news. They're not bringing it. And so, like, if I know you want to get into the papers.
No, go ahead.
If I could share this thing with you, is a book. It's from a book, right? But it's pictures, you know what I mean? And you know me Negroes is the pictures. I like my pictures. It looked like a comic, but it's let me see if I could share it here with you, right? It's I don't know if they'll share the Kindle.
I could pull up the name and the image. I just want to pull it up so everybody can see the book as you're reading it.
I'll share that. I don't know if you could pull it up.
Okay, you want the pictures?
Yeah, if it could, because how the book is, it ain't like, it ain't like a regular, like how they'll write a regular book.
Go ahead.
But the name of the book is How to Win the War on Truth. You understand? So they're showing you here the propaganda, all the propaganda, a man getting on his knees, this, that, the other. You know what I mean? This whole propaganda they're trying to, show you here. So they say propaganda is rampant in modern America because we believe, in something called the marketplace of ideas. It's a concept based on freedom of speech that claims truth will inevitably prevail when competing with falsehood, lies, and misinformation. So this means it's okay for blogs to make false claims, for news anchor to report false news, and for uniform opinions to be given the same weight as science. it's up to us consumers to decide what's real. And boy, do we suck at it. That's because we mistake media consumption for media literacy. You understand? And now the drop down here to show you. Hold on. Oh man, this joint here. I think I went. Hold on.
Go ahead. Take your time.
To say America consumes so much media, we are bombarded by 4,000 to 10,000 media messages a day, compared to 1,600 just 50 years ago. So they say we have had more access to information, yet few of us can differentiate the news from noise. And there's a hell of a lot of noise. And then the push on just quick. I'll just try to do it real quick. Right?
No sweat.
To talk about, fake news and the terminology where it comes in. But then it comes here, right here. So it's a propaganda is traditionally defined as dissemination of information that is biased or misleading. It used to promote particular point of view. In simplest terms, propaganda tries to sell you something, but it anticipates that word or anti-Semitism, right? So now they drop down. They tell you where propaganda come from. It come from the Roman Catholic Church,
right?
Where they try to, they try to, how to put it, like they try to push their doctrine on people with this, with this whole propaganda BS. You know what I mean? So now you looking at the news and you seeing them talking about anti-Semitism. That is to stop the propaganda. That is going to the same thing they're trying to do to us. You understand? The same thing they're trying to do to us, and that's why you have groups like IUIC. So now you put enough propaganda out there. Now it's so much noise, and people not, you're not teaching people in schools to filter through the noise from the lies from the truth. You're not doing it. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And that's what they're trying to, basically trying to, get us, to that point where it's just confusion. That's why with the black community, there's so many, like you could stop a black person and ask them, what's their nationality? You hear this, come on, join hand and say tons of time, they're gonna give you 10 different answers. And that's because the amount of propaganda they've been pushing on black people. And now we the ones that really need a bill pass so that they don't do it to us. Because what they're doing to us, they're not just, they're psychologically destroying black people. You understand? Like you just imagine a young black man growing up. What is he to look up to? He has nothing to look up to. You know what I mean? You look up to Martin Luther King. You're gonna look up to what? Give me another black man. To Michael Jordan,
Malcolm X,
There's so much confusion in the black community, and that's because it's propaganda.
Right.
And that push on us. You know what I mean? And now we had to spend time here to break through it. You know what I mean? So
let me get a hand with that one, because you done delve into this book and you done break down the process of it. And I was recently having this conversation. I can't remember if it was who exactly it was with, but this, like, especially now in this information age, like you say, they bombard you, like the average first world person. I want to say in America is Hold on, that niggas drinking sorrel there.
No lies, sir.
Was just around in DC here. I get no sorrel.
We did. We brought you some.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. The anti-Semitism bill coming. Don't worry about it. It's coming. But yeah, like the average first world person, or let's say the American or somebody living in the UK, that's a so-called first world country, so-called. they're exposed to what they say 4,000 to 10,000 media images a day, and we're not equipped to filter noise from, what they say, news from noise, or
noise from the truth.
Noise from the truth. And this brings the question to the what needs to be explored is education versus intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And even with education versus intelligence, under those two umbrellas, you had to have some sort of not literacy, but in terms of you had to really break down someone who is illiterate versus someone who is literate and go into it where people could read, but could you read and understand what it's saying? And it has to marry with intelligence and education. Education does not simply mean you're intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And there's intelligent that are not educated. And educated just means you have been exposed to a certain degree on a certain subject. You get educated in this, or you're educated in that. You've been taught this, you've been taught that. That's not a measure of your intelligence. And your intelligence does not reflect the amount of education you have either. And that's really what you're starting to see happen in society, where even America, they will tell you across the board, America is suffering with certain professional disciplines because the intelligence level is not being reflected from all the education. And then when you go look at the education that they're giving you in the schools, is a curriculum they're forcing you through. So you're not even learning the education, and then you're not even being stimulated mentally to be intelligent about something. So when you see something on the news, you can't pick it into it. Now, this is the end all and be all of it. The Holy Spirit will teach you all things. That's what it says in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And in the UK, we educated and intelligent and filled with the Holy Spirit, so we could decipher everything that's going on. And I thank the Lord for that. Yeah, ISUPK on the command, we learn how to dissect something and read the spirit on something, which is supreme intelligence. To hell with your AI. We talking about the AI, God-given intelligence. You get the point? Like, that's really what's going to be, the anchor in these times. The scriptures say wisdom and knowledge will be stability in these times. You get the point? Like, that's what they really had to look for, because what they're giving you is really it's definitely on purpose, but it's not educating you and it's not making you intelligent. It's not stimulating you to the point of intelligence. So the noise is there. It's easy now to put the propaganda out because the masses don't have one or the other, but being told you have one or the other, if that makes sense. You get the point? Like, everybody thinks they're intelligent, everybody thinks they're smart. But you ask somebody, you see people do it all the time. Give me what's the capital of this place? What's the something of this place? Who's the president? And they don't even know. Go ahead.
Meshach, look at right here. It's called the index of ignorance.
Come on, wait, hold on. So what I just said is in a book. God damn it! I need to write. I need to go write a book. You best believe Meshach book comes out just now. I need to call just that Meshach book.
No, but what I'm saying too, Meshach, what you just said there is okay. You know what I mean? You break it down. You know what I mean for Black people and Hispanic to understand. The oppressor, he calls it index of ignorance. You say America don't even know how much they don't know. Much of what we think we know is propaganda. So you thinking that Black people are really Africans is propaganda.
Right.
And that's basically what you just explained it. That's and they say America is number 5. You know what I mean? Number 5 on the list. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? You go ask a regular American, you know what I mean, who Black people is, and they're going, you know what I mean? They're gonna tell you, yeah, they're African American, they came from Africa. But that's the level, you know what I mean? That's because, as you say, in school they teach us that, you understand? But somebody who's intelligent is going to sit down and be like, hold up now. So, you know what I mean? They come from Africa. Well, why ain't there any African that could, you know what I mean, run 100 meters, never win? They don't, you know what I mean, ain't no African, you know what I mean, ain't no rapper coming out from Africa and rapping like these men. Now, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's so much questions you're gonna start to ask. Yep. You know what I mean? You just ain't gonna sit down and hear, you know what I mean, a professor in history just regurgitate what's in a book.
Right.
You know what I mean, and think you know what I mean, you know world history. No, you don't know world history.
And if I could, it ties right back into the anti-Semitism bill. Because, okay, just for example, I could definitely tell you, until I heard the UPK, my train of thought was not the same. It was different. The way you process stuff, you hear Commander Johanna say something and think about this and look at this and blah, 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 blah. Like you start to now open, it's like you focus in here and then somebody tell you, look up. And now you see the whole field, you see the whole zone, and you're able to really now mentally digest everything you're seeing and make better sense of it versus you down here with blinders on your eyes and somebody telling you, yeah, this, that, the other. And the thing don't settle with you, but you never taught to be intelligent. So now even the bill is an attack on black intelligence, which is what white supremacy really does, which is why they silence so many brothers. You know, they'll talk about this whole thing with, you know, like with the prison program. I know, now in fact, I know me and you was doing it with the prison program with John Thumb before years ago. And we experienced it where with brothers who may have been incarcerated, but they come out now and they change their life, this is the argument. The argument is that they can't go back into the system to help other brothers as mentors and stuff because they were felons or whatever, even though they changed their life. But really, recently I was in UK, they have something, I forget the name of the license. You had to get a certain background check to work with young people, to work with you. And of course, if you have a record, you fail in that, it's called a DBS. You fail in that DBS. But really, they want to keep that certain intelligence away from the community because they really want the revolving door. They want the what's called recidivism rate. They want that to stay high. They want the turnover. They don't want you coming back and saying whatever. If that's the case, you should stop military veterans from going back to talk to people in the military. But they'll never do that because they want the young soldiers to be inspired by the vets. So now you got to really look and see the things they do and how much does it impact us? How much does it really take away from us? And it's not just one thing they're saying. Like this thing really is far-reaching and wide, and it's so heavy how everything is so linked up and tied into one another. You know what I mean? So like I yield with that.
Sir, if I may too, sir, and what you said is so true. I remember being in the world and I saw Wadi, you know, us both in the world, and he showed me the videos. And those of you that think you so educated and you so intelligent to believe that you're beyond saying the white man is a devil. And a lot of you are out there that's like, especially you black and Hispanics, our people, you think that's such a old school or that's outdated or it's crude, it's barbaric, it's low. You have such a negative viewpoint as if it's unintelligent to say the white man is a devil. And what you just said, Captain Shock, is exactly what happened to me. I wasn't trying to hear about no 12 tribes and nothing like that. Our water would play the videos and I'm talking shit. I'm like, no, I grew up in church. I'm like, Jesus did not say that. But I heard the white man is the devil. I said, now hold up. That's the missing piece to my entire puzzle. And then, like you said, it changed my entire perspective because it's like, okay, that now makes sense. It helped me to understand everything in my entire life. It's like, okay, this is what I was missing. And it was something that simple as the white man is a devil. And that literally freed me. I was like, oh, that one thing. And like you said, that's so intelligent. It's intelligence. And that intelligence is the Holy Spirit, man. The truth.
That's real intelligence, brother. Yeah. That is real intelligence right there. Like even that statement was able to help you now link bridges together that you can mentally. Like there was a bridge there, but there's a whole space here. But you see, and this is the path, this is the train of thought, but the bridges ain't linked.
Right.
And the intelligence is what comes in there, and that intelligence comes with a certain amount of free speech. Like for you know, everything has intelligence. Plants have intelligence. Animals, they do. I was watching something on one of them scientific channels. They did some experiment with some mold. I forget, some bacilli, one of them small mold, and the mold is. They put certain pieces of like honey or bread or something in different parts. And they put a maze around the thing. And the mold was able to sort out the whole pattern without going to the dead end to find the damn the food and not waste energy going down a dead end to turn back in how it grew. Then they take the damn thing and put it over, they made the where the food is located, they made it in the shape of the Tokyo or the Japan, in Tokyo or one of them cities in Japan train system. And this mold was able to grow in a way that when they put it against the train system, it rerouted the train system to be more efficient. And then they rebuilt the whole house, they reworked the train system to run according to the damn mold. Everything has damn intelligence. Every single thing has intelligence. So now when you come to say you cutting off the freedom of speech, and then you're cutting off the people to the people who have the courage to express the intelligence, which is another thing. In a system with propaganda where education is fed to you and it's not, it's part of the propaganda damn near. Courage, I'm gonna keep going.
No. I wanted to keep going, but I don't know. I don't know if you remember when kept it intelligent went wrong for me.
I can't remember. Go ahead, come on.
Man, I in a history class, brother. About not Turner. Who tell me do that? That professor gave me an F in class. That's when keeping it intelligent went totally wrong for my black behind. You understand?
I read the paper. I said, this paper is excellent. Don't hand in the paper now. At one time, school was like a prison for both of us, brother. I was this close to paying the professors off. I said, we're trying to get out. Do not submit this paper. You could do something else with this. Put it on the internet. Now, attack is like, I think we just started speaking to. So, nigga, I mean, confidence runs. But me, I didn't want to see another book in life. You can't. I put a gun to my head to go back to school. I don't want to see it. I said, do not submit this paper. He said, it's the truth. They had to take it. I said, submit. You're going to fail it. You're going to have to redo the thing. I come back in a day. I said, what's going on? I said, what's the matter? Why the long face? And that's it. The censorship we're talking about, because you can't even, in your tertiary education, in your schools for what they say professionals will come from, you're not even given the room to express a different point of view that's non-popular. It's not wrong. It's just non-popular. And the professor is such an a-hole. You could even say a B or maybe a C and then pull you in and say, listen, this paper is excellent. You give an F, which is what they call negative reinforcement in psychology and behavioral sciences, which is not so much that you're wrong, but the lesson is don't do this again.
Exactly.
You understand? Which is the whole muslin of the whole thing. You know what I mean? You had to have a certain confidence, which is why the Holy Spirit is real intelligence. I'm done. Salaki, I'm going on too much.
All right, Cap. That's right.
Too much.
Hey, Cap.
Please,
Hey, we about to move to the next story, or we still on this one? I you got me fired up now.
Listen, if you want to chime in on this, we can definitely go ahead, brother. But I know I saw you had computer trouble. My computer froze too. So if you wanted to chime in, look at them eating unleavened bread and lamb.
Oh man,
sorry. No, look at you. Look at you. It's all right, brotherhood is a weapon. If you wanted to jump in on it too, listen, I know Kahan too. You got experience with these big-headed fools on them campuses.
Oh yeah. Well, see, the thing is, it's so heavy because the scriptures say, "My sheep here gonna hear my voice." And the thing is, when I had my experience goes into the Congressional Black Caucus, them big-headed Negroes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the thing is, I was too extreme. I felt we should have pushed the line a little harder. But once the Lord started to wake you up, you start to see a lot of people just look for a more comfortable position in captivity.
Yeah.
Until I ran across the UPK, Commanding General Yohanan, in downtown Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Right in front of the convention center, man. Changed my life. And then you start to understand, like you said, it's heavy, man. Like you start to understand what real intelligence is. And they even call something called emotional intelligence.
That's right.
You start to understand, you start to connect with who you are, your culture. And see, these schools, they're at a flashpoint. This is the canary in the coal mine, if you ask me, because now you're getting this, how you know this world is starting to wax old and the new world is getting ready to come into play. Because you have all these, you got to remember, at these Ivy League schools, you got a lot of great some of these people are child prodigies and geniuses.
Yeah.
And now the case study is, who is God? These people are saying they're God's chosen people.
Yep.
They can't be doing this. So
that's right.
Now we're going to do the process of elimination. If they are not God's chosen people, then who is?
Right. There you go.
See, now it changes the whole spectrum.
Right.
See, now we're trying to censor a lot of these youth, and a lot of kids and a lot of people are seeing this thing, and now it's going to usher in a whole new way of thinking. Why am I saying that? Because the truth, the ISUPK, we still out here. We still in the trenches. We still speaking. And some people are going to say, well, the biblical DNA said these people are not, because the curses don't fit these people. Right. And look at what they are doing in the land. Why are they relying on the Iron Dome instead of the Most High?
Right.
If you want to see God is with them, unplug the Iron Dome tonight. Let's do it tonight. You know what I'm saying? You already removed McDonald's. You know, you want the golden arches or the Iron Dome? Let's remove the Iron Dome tonight.
Go ahead. You're so right, because we know Allah ain't with them Arabs.
Come on, man. Look, let's see if you're gonna see how God operates. See, the thing is, the Lord told Gideon to leave some people behind. I want the glory. Right. So give God the glory. Cut off the Iron Dome. For 24. You can even fast if you want to. You can even call it an early day of affliction. Let's see.
You TikTokers out there, you reelers and streamers and shorters, you'll make a TikTok of this little clip right here. Because I'm calling, listen, like how in Job it was Satan talking to God. This Satan's advocate. Remove the.
Come on, man.
Considered my people in Tel Aviv, Ashdod. Well, remove the. Let's see what the hell happened. Remove the dome. Down the dome. Yeah, that's right, like goddamn. Let's see if they're intelligent enough. Hell. Where we go? Let's see if we get some more before we run out of time. Did you all wanna run just as how we was on the back of the universities? I don't know if you want to get on the that one with that report, the first story. Let me see if I could get
that's a YouTube video, sir.
Yeah. the Fox 5. If you want to dissect it a little bit.
Yeah, because
Come on,
I think
guys.
on there too, what I was saying too was them the pro-Palestinians, and then you have the pro Israel people, and the clash before the police. But go ahead and play the video, Cuff.
Yeah, I definitely think Antifa come in there and help them out, and there was zero intelligence in my part. Like I could not be a parent watching this shit on the news, and I'm in the world sacrificing for you to pay your goddamn tuition, and your dumbass, you're not Israeli or Palestinian, and you over there talking about peace and this and that. Go get that goddamn A.
Right.
That's right. A. What the hell is you doing there?
Right.
This is actually the first moment of calm that we've had all morning long here on the UCLA campus. Now, we are near the pro-Palestine encampment. Hard to see the actual protesters, demonstrators, because they put up wooden pallets, 2x4s, wooden boards, metal, anything and everything. There's also a metal barricade. Now, police are still here on the scene. I'm going to ask photographer Tony Butita to pan over to the right. We see the California Highway Patrol. We also see campus security. They use private security. And the LAPD is here, but the skirmish line keeping the counter demonstrators, which in this case are the pro-Israel demonstrators, away, has been taken down because they have gone home now. So all is quiet. But let me show you what it looked like at about 10:45 last night. That's when about 150 to 200 pro-Israel demonstrators arrived and faced off with the demonstrators inside the pro-Palestine encampment. They tried to remove some of the barricade. We're talking about those wooden boards, those pallets, and all heck broke loose. There were fights. People were using bats. We saw people with some serious head injuries, beaten and bloodied, and they were just going at it. And no police were in sight. There was no one. Now, we understand that campus security, campus police may have arrived, but then they quickly retreated. UCLA then requesting that LAPD come in, but that was after the fact, after the fight.
Usually they only call LAPD for niggas. They call them family. God damn. Send them who y'all had on the Rodney King beating. Send them.
Hey, Cap, Salaki, what you saying is so right. That look, some of these universities, they telling the police don't get involved. They don't want it to escalate.
Yeah, they want the lawsuits.
Right. There's a video where they had they had ran the police. I guess somebody must have called from the administration and told the police to get out of there, and they were cheering as the police left a part of the UCLA campus. Like, and then they don't even call them rioters. They call them what's the word? Professional agitators. Imagine that. Professional agitators. You know what I'm saying? So this here, man. Oh my goodness! I mean, you got what was going on in over there in the Middle East spilling into America now. You know what I'm saying? You got Israeli students fighting the Palestinian or Arab students right now in America. They can set up an encampment, man, like that on a school campus. They'll let you know right there, man. This thing is serious, and it's only a matter of time because these people are not nonviolent. They act like they would love to try to put that right next to the civil rights movement.
Right.
They're not like us. They're not like our foreparents. These people believe in violence to get their point across. They're not going to be nonviolent. I can guarantee you that. And a boycott is not going to stop what's happening.
Right.
We've been told you that.
And just to add to, and you see how them police and them was walking, right? You see how them students protesting, right?
Yeah.
When they was doing it in China, right? What was they saying about the Chinese? When they was doing it in Russia, what were they saying about the Russians? You understand that the propaganda they're pushing? They know anytime this start, if the government don't do something about it, it's gonna be problems in the streets. You understand? It's gonna be, it's gonna be chaos in the street. And to add also too, to show how that bill gonna cause some real problems. What I heard was from the news, I know how true it is, but the perpetrators were the so-called pro-Israeli people who went. They're the ones that had the bar, the spray. They're the ones that they're the one that set it off. You understand? And then ran off and left them. And they were saying that the pro-Palestinians, they were basically trying to defend themselves. You understand what I'm saying? But that just goes to show you, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? This right here, if they allow this to go on, because they don't say it starts in London too. It's going on, it's starting to spread to all the Israeli ally countries, the major ones. That is starting to spread. And all I have to say, if you're really about helping the Palestinians, then go across there and help them.
Come on, man. Go to that.
If you're about it, go across there and help them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go and do it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Or just, you know what I mean, stay right here and, as you say, go to school.
In my opinion, that for sure I agree with what you're saying, Cap, because I could imagine, I'm looking at this thing from the lens of, if this was black people doing this, they would say we disrupting the school.
Exactly.
People paying tuition.
Exactly.
They can't even have classes. I have to redo courses now because the teachers can't get to class. They would say we should move our protest to, in front of the Senate or on some street. I don't understand how it is that they're allowing these things to happen on the campus. But then it struck me. A lot of these campuses, this thing happening. This not happening in Morehouse. This ain't happening in Harvard. This ain't happening in UNC down there in North Carolina.
Or Harvard.
Oh well, I think Harvard had some of it too, right?
Not Harvard. I mean Howard. Salaki.
Yeah, Howard. It's not happening in Howard. This thing is happening largely in them those celebrated universities and places of higher education.
Exactly.
That foreigners come and go to, and a large group of them foreigners is politicians, sons, well-to-do foreigners from over there. Exactly. So that's why it's taking on this whole thing. Like they come through and they in that universities damn near more than Americans in some of these cases. So that's really what what you're seeing happening here, where they now have their interest, they're tied to them people back there, and they taken life with it on the campus because they feel that this is the way to go. But if this was black people, it wouldn't matter. If this was black people, they would say this is not the place for this. This is selfish. There's other students here who come to learn. They would say that, and they would frankly lock them up.
That's right.
They would frankly lock up, and they probably would expel you from the school or kick you out for the year, take away your housing, revoke your tuition. You in mid-semester, you out because you break. Where's the college handbook? Where's the handbook rules that they give you? The things you can and cannot do. Where's all of that coming into play? They should all get kicked out of the goddamn school so everybody else could go to school, because this really has nothing to do with them. Yeah, and as Zach is saying, if it is you're so mad, there's other places you could go to. You could go to, if you're pro-Palestinian, you could go down to the Israeli embassy. If you're pro, you could go down to the Palestinian embassy. You could go down to the Senate. You could go down to DC. All that energy, you could go down there and protest. You ain't got to do this to them damn schools. I'm considering my brothers and sisters on that campus who are in the minority that probably suffering. That's what we're not hearing about. Suffering the abuse because these heathens, have numbers.
And so lock it.
Come on.
And Cap, you brought a heavy point on two angles. One, those House members that signing that anti-Semitic bill, they know their children go to these schools, and some of them probably even know their dorm number or their apartment number.
Right.
Then the other thing is, which makes it so dangerous. And see, once again, the Bible says terror gonna make them afraid on every side. You got those big head professors or presidents in their ivory towers. Now they're looking at flashbangs going out below. on the ground.
Right.
That is something that they can't see now. See, the world that they thought they had or knew is gone. This is a whole different reality now, because what was in the textbook is now here. And once again, a lot of those political science majors and ones that's for, I guess, quote unquote, for peace or for protest, they're saying history is now.
Right.
That's what they're saying. Okay, we've been reading about history, but history is now. What part would I play? And the sad part is with these Israelis and these Palestinians, like Captain Meshach said, what about the black people and Hispanic and Native American Indian people who worked so hard to attain those grades to go to that school?
Mm-hmm.
And then not only that, these groups are trying to pressure them into joining the march.
Yeah.
They're saying, well, you black, you know how it is to be oppressed. Why don't you stand with us? You're Hispanic, you're Native American Indian. Why don't you agree? Don't you think that oppression is wrong? Look what happened to you. So I need you to show solidarity with me. No.
Nah.
No. Because where was the Palestinians and these other groups when we were oppressed?
Right.
At the height and climax of our oppression.
Right.
I'm talking about post-chattel. We could talk about chattel slavery, Jim Crow, John Crow. We can go on and on and on.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
You understand? Tulsa, Oklahoma. Where was the Palestinian relief? Where was it? This is your own fight. You understand? And your truth that you say you have is under our peer review now.
Yeah.
You sit back and you watch how this morphs into the political realm, into the educational realm, and even into the international realm. That's what we want you to do, brothers and sisters. This is why the UPK is so important. Because you getting your international education right here, right now.
That's right.
You ain't got to question if the UPK, if Commander General Yohana is right. You seeing that he's right now by looking at how, and look at how they narrate this stuff. I mean, it's amazing. Like Captain Meshach brought out a heavy point. They don't want us on a street corner in speaking. One street corner. They don't want us holding a Bible on one street corner. But look at this. This is why we tell you that you know the truth when you see it and when you hear it. Because once again, they're trying to quell. Eventually they're gonna try to say, well, what is it? And some of them people, they trying to negotiate with them protesters. What would it take to leave? What would it take for this?
What do you want?
What do you want? You know what I'm saying? You want to meet with the president? You want to meet? That's them cheering while the police leaving up out of there. You want to meet with the president? You want to? A lot of them say they want to meet with Joe Biden, and they may even get that meeting. Who knows?
And so, just to add to your comment, Slacky brother, they are making deals. But go on.
And you see
they're
that
making
there?
deals.
You understand? That's why we got our own fight, man. We got our own. You know what I'm saying? The Southern Poverty Law Center labeling us a hate group. We're not doing this. We're not doing none of this.
Right.
All we doing it like Captain Meshach and Captain Nathak, Officer Kazak Ahmad, you know what I'm saying? Said, man, what we doing, all we doing is speaking. You understand? You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing. We speaking the truth, but it's a problem when we speak the truth. You know what I'm saying?
And Captain Khan, what you said is so heavy, and all the captains, what they have said is so heavy. We don't even have to imagine what they would do if these were black students. All you have to do is go back to 19. If you want an actual instance, 1972, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Southern University, Denver Smith, and Leonard Brown. You understand? These were two brothers who were killed in a peaceful protest at Southern University. You understand? Like, these students at Southern were protesting against the unfair treatment of black people and the draft and Vietnam War, you know, all those different things. But nevertheless, it was peaceful protest. And the sheriff's deputies somehow found these black students. These were students peacefully protesting at Southern University, and they shot into the crowd and killed these two brothers for doing exactly not in this like let me not even compare it, because these black students weren't acting like this.
That's right.
You understand? These black students were peacefully protesting. What you see these Caucasian students doing is unruly, is violent.
Right.
It is unhinged. This is rowdy. But these brothers, and like once again, and the beautiful thing is there's footage. There's footage of it, and like Captain Shock pulling it up, like the police were unprovoked in their treatment of black people as usual. And subsequently, these two brothers, Denver Smith and Leonard Brown, were killed by the police. So we don't even have to imagine. Y'all want to pray for Palestine and you want to side with the Palestinian students or the Israeli students when we have been in this fight for 400 years.
Right.
We've been deep in this for 400 years. We got skin in this game, man.
All right.
Like, don't try to sway our opinion to pick a side.
Damn right.
Because that's what they're trying to do. Society is trying to make you, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, take your focus from your people and sway you to a side as if we don't already have skin in this game. We done shed so much. Our blood has been shed the most out of everybody. So why are we trying to now feel for the Palestinians and Israelis? I'm still thinking about Denver Smith and Leonard Brown, and their families, and the Denver Smith sister who had to watch her brother get killed. You understand? In a protest. Like I watched the entire documentary about these brothers, and as Captain Shock was talking about, if they were Black, I instantly went back to watching the documentary and the history. I was like, oh shoot, this has happened. You understand? Like these oppressors are devils, man. And I remember the Denver Smith, I believe it was Denver Smith, one of the brothers, his sister was at the school with him, and she just recalled the details of how they were protesting and they heard the police fire, and then they all scattered, and then she came back and seen a body, and the horror she felt of realizing it was her brother's bloody body on the ground. Like once again, these weren't thugs. These weren't criminals. These weren't brothers that wore their pants beneath all the reasons you try to justify the police killing us. These brothers weren't that. They were brothers going to get their education, trying to do it the right way, and they lost their lives exercising their quote unquote First Amendment right that you said we supposed to have, Mr. White Man. You're the devil. You're the devil.
All right, brother. Can I say one thing off of what Officer Kazaka said, Swap Yala? Man, let me tell you something, man. This is man, when you really think about this, man, like how, like, you can try to spin this story any way you want to, but the proof is in the pudding.
Right.
Okay. Look you got two brothers on the screen that lost their life peacefully protesting.
Right.
And then you have people, they are coming there with bats, all kind of things, all kind of acid, everything, fighting. It's a melee out there on a universe. And listen, the police is watching it.
Right.
The police is told to stand back and observe, because you don't want to hurt somebody's kid who may be, a senator's son. They don't know. See, the thing is, they don't know what Lily White girl is in that crowd. Maybe she on the Palestinian side. Maybe she on the Israeli side. We don't know if she's in there, so we don't want to hurt nobody. You understand? Let me tell you something, man. You got in order. Let me. I can't really say what I want to say. I have to catch myself because the algorithm gonna lock me down. Oh boy. I mean, if you believe that, listen, they late to the protest. All these other groups, they late.
Exactly.
Just like what Kazaka said. They talking about where y'all at. Wait, where you been at for the last 100 something odd years? Don't try to lecture me on peace. I don't want to talk about peace. I want to talk about power now.
Right.
We beyond the conversation of peace now. The Bible says the saints are going to take the kingdom.
That's right.
I don't want to talk about peace. Don't lecture me about peace. Don't you come to a Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian student on their campus and talk about their need for the fight for peace. Shut up.
That's right.
Don't tell us about. Don't try to lecture us about a goddamn thing. Because where were you for all those years? See, they got the right one with the UPK. They don't want us. They don't want us to speak because we're gonna say what your leaders failed to say.
That's right.
And if you believe that what we're saying, let me tell you something. If you believe that this propaganda, like Captain Arthok saying, I tell you what. If you believe that, I got prime real estate in Palestine for sale for you. DM me, inbox me. I got prime real estate for Palestine for sale.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, me. You can even yours. Have you all seen any German shepherds out there?
No, exactly.
The Negro dog, the nigger dog.
Now I do not want to see a German shepherd in my yard, Slovakia, because of that. You know what I mean. But just to add to what you're all saying too is the only reason why they're not seeing it is because America done beat us into submitting into becoming Americans. You understand? That's the only reason why. Because if today we didn't submit to becoming Americans, we'll be treated just like them Palestinians and worse. You understand? But we give in to the thought that we are Americans. We give in to the falsehood that all men are created equal. We give in to it. And that's only because of what America done did to us for over 400 years. You know what I mean? Which was brutalize us, unalive us, lynch us. You know what I mean? You name it. You know what I mean? We've been through it. You understand? Yeah. You know what I mean? And now you wonder why a black man don't want to follow, because we see what we see and we know what the oppressor is capable of doing.
That's right.
We see it. And you are not offering us the right way out. But I know who offering the right way out. Commander Johanna.
That's right.
We're showing you the right way out. You understand? That's why black men and black women are gravitating to the truth right now. Because the Palestinians are not offering a way out. They're offering you another way into captivity. They're offering you another way into another oppressor. Now you go join with the Palestinians. Guess what? You're gonna be a lord over some Palestinian in Palestine. You think they're gonna allow that?
Right.
No. You're gonna be a slave in Palestine.
That's right. So, like, I just want to say this real quick too, sir. Cat, what you said so heavy. The moment you know, because black and Hispanics, we so compassionate, and I have to catch myself from doing this too. When I hear about what's happening to them Palestinians, my heart starts to feel for them. And you know what I think of? I think of what those evil Palestinians did to Kamashak when you was out there in the UK in that camp. Literally, I have to remind myself of how they came up against black and Hispanics in the UK, ISUPK UK, and how they literally tried to come up with, not tried, they came up against our people exercising our freedom of speech right, and exercising our right to religion and trying to serve our God. They came up against us for doing what now they quote unquote are trying to do. And so like I said, I can understand if you out there and it's like because we have so much compassion, you understand, don't be a slave to your compassion.
That's right.
You understand? Choose your people.
That's right.
You have to make an we've been talking about intelligence. Make an intelligent choice and choose your people. You understand? Because like Captain Khan was just saying, it's like Captain Nayabak was just saying, you better believe those Palestinians would have you in slavery, just like the Israelis. Like, we don't have a dog in this fight. We got our own fight. We got to choose our own people. Like I said, I whenever I feel myself feeling for them, I think of that video in the UK, and I said, "Oh, to hell with them Palestinians."
That's right.
Listen,
damn, for them.
Listen, you ain't never lie. Listen, I would tell you, brother. There's different things I done seen in the truth. I done been a young man in a situation like that. I told you we was in the camp with Commander Johanna when he said, you know, because you're a black man like me. I thought it was on and popcorn that day. The UK, I'm trying to tell you, the Lord for sure was with the UPK, because you seen where they came up against cops and other protesters afterwards, the weeks after, and how bloody it got. And if it wasn't for the Lord, brother, they would have torn us to pieces that day. There's other people. That was the same weekend. They have something called Guy Fawkes Night in UK, which is the whole thing where they try to blow up the Parliament to kill King James and stuff. And they was throwing these little bombs all over and trying to, throw it in the camp. They was trying to intimidate us all day. Not the protesters, just the Arabs around, because it's so plentiful. But when that little slut did that thing there, brother, and they circled the camp, brother, you had to be there to see it in their face. If the Lord, whatever the Lord showed them that day, it kept them from doing what they really wanted to do.
Exactly.
And I'm talking about young 10-year-old kids all the way up to 60, 70-old Arabs. And they was so full of it. So what you saying there is right. It's so right, because like they would crouch down low. And as soon as they get an opportunity, they will turn around and tear you to hell apart. Oh, like you don't be a slave to your compassion. Be a master of it. Be a master of it, where you send it wherever it needs to go. Send your courage, send your compassion, send your love. Be a master of it. Don't be a slave to it where you feely, and and that's something we got to get out of us as a people, because we so righteous. We so righteous, so sincere, and really the only source of humanity on the earth. Like the Hispanic and Native Indian moral compass, spiritual compass, social, the way we interact socially, that's really where everybody gets everything from. So for us, it's natural to empathize with everybody. It's natural. You're gonna have to not be natural. You gotta be supernatural now. That's gotta be like that's the way it had to go. I mean, if I could segue real quick into this other story here, number 5. If we could get number 5.
Sir.
Let me get number 5, and this is right there in line with what we're bringing out with the college campuses. All right.
DC cops accused of pulling black teens' pants down and humiliating arrests. Salaki. Right? DC Metro Police has responded to allegations that officers conducted an invasive search, right, humiliating a black teen during an arrest. On Saturday, April 27th, ex-user Chuck Moody shared a video with an alleged arrest of a black teen who was blinking blinking through a protest outside of the Washington Hilton.
Right. If I could, I went to say he was blinking. I think you're biking or blinking. It could be he was flashing lights as he riding. I think he flashing the lights. He's riding through, because DC is, it's the type of city where a lot of people do, the DoorDash, this, that, the other. He have a bag on his back. Who knows what he was doing, but he's riding through, and somehow they decide to isolate him. Now, I don't know if they have some kind of prior knowledge. Who knows what he was trying to do? However, of course, they pull his pants down. They didn't search his bag. You see his bag still on his back in the video.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They ain't searching his bag. The bag is not all for him. They immediately go in his pants for something. I don't know, maybe seeing something. Let's say he was something on it, right?
You're at a protest. All right, let's get the young black kid. It's always the young black kid. We get the young black kid, and let's pull his pants and put a flashlight up his ass. Then the white cops leave, and they leave it to the black cops. I see that a lot in DC.
Was that a woman or a man?
Who being searched?
No. The one who's searching.
Okay, the one in the back looked like a woman, and then there's 2 men, right? Which is a violation in itself.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Let's say he did have, you know, a few ounces on him. He was going to drop off to the small hats to ease the frustration, right? let's say that, you know, he was running some ounces and some, you know, some pills and some meth over there to the, you know, the Gaza section of the protests to help ease the Palestinian frustration. They're tearing the damn campus up. Y'all ain't searching them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They're protesting. Y'all ain't searching them.
Exactly.
But somehow, and this boy is 15 according to the story. When so I read the rest of it, 15 years old. I think his father had to come on the scene. They say his father was in tears over what was done to the brother.
Good night.
Can you imagine?
No, go ahead.
Mashak. No, it's like that. Mashak, you remember sometime in Trinidad. I mean, back then, when we was on the way to a club up north.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Well, I'll leave it right there. You know what I mean? I'll forget. You know what I mean? Which to show you that
you're right on the money with that one, because that's down there the same thing that happened.
Yeah, it's done to violate you.
Yep.
To, you know what I mean, to teach, like, he's an example for other people. You understand? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's what they always try to do. They try to use us, you know what I mean, as examples.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Because they know this, because of the propaganda, they're gonna get off. Black men always have jobs.
It's a lock.
You know what I mean?
And Cap, if I could, that's how you know that our oppression is authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Our oppression is authentic. Like, you
Yeah.
let this little this skirmish that's happening in the Middle East. Now you've been oppressed for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But our oppression far dates your oppression.
Right.
You understand? Like, look at this right here. Like Captain Mashak said, all this protesting going, all this tearing up an Ivy League school, breaking into the halls, breaking the stained glass windows in some of these classrooms.
Right.
Some of them, they've been them glasses been there since the 1800s, and they tearing them up. But yet you find some black kid walking the street or riding a bike, and you gotta search him like he got a bomb, like he got a stick of C4 on him.
Right.
You understand? Let this be a lesson. This right here is a lesson, man. It's a microcosm of what is going on.
Right.
Once again, they ain't let up off of us. We still under the gun in this place with all this crap going on. That's why the Bible say, and when they say in the book of Genesis, where it talks about where Pharaoh said, "Let us deal wisely with them." You understand? They afraid lest they join our enemies and make war against us. Paraphrase.
Right.
You understand? They don't. They always. We are constant. I saw somebody in the chat say the police state. We are always a potential enemy of the state.
Yeah.
Don't ever forget that as a Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people, because of what they did against you was not only a crime against humanity, but it was a crime against your God.
That's right.
It was a crime for what they've done to us. These other they're heathens. They have a bloodthirst that no one can quench right now. And you have to let them satisfy their appetite.
That's it.
Fall back. Let nature, just like a beast, let nature take its course.
Yeah.
Remove yourself from the equation. And now I want you to observe the law of the jungle.
Yeah. I just saying, Kahan. Just to add, Salaki, like, you ain't gonna go take a day out of lion mouth. Right? You ain't gonna go pull a day out of lion mouth, right? Let the lion eat. So like,
this ain't Sesame Street. You got to understand what time we living in, man. This is the real thing. You know, the children, they watch the Sesame Street and all the animals get to play under the rainbow. But this right here, this is the real deal here. You understand? And you're gonna see, and you're gonna see animals that you didn't usually see show their teeth now. Because why? They're threatened. And what you have to do is you have to catch up with your kind. Let the lions defend the lions. Let the gazelles defend the gazelles. That's why the Bible say every nation gonna turn to their own people in its time, brothers and sisters.
Right.
You about to see a rise in nationalism like you have never seen before. And you better not be holding the wrong flag. You better not be holding none of these flags. You better be standing with your people, because it is about to go, I mean, Mad Max in the Thunderdome in some of these places. And let me tell you, some of these people over there, they are professionals. You seen how they move and they on them campuses? It's they said they was talking about it on the day on the news. Someone powerful is behind these, or someone is funding these protests. You damn right it is. They don't know if Russia is involved. They don't know who. They got so many enemies. They don't know who involved. China. They don't know who funding all this stuff. But what we better do is we better turn to our God. We better face the east and turn to our God. You know what I'm saying? Calling on the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and prepare ourselves to get our house in order. You know what I'm saying? Because as these people are on a rampage, let's believe they're gonna look for the weakest link. They're gonna look for, as they say, the low-hanging fruit. That's what they're gonna look for. What's the easiest target? You know what I'm saying? How long have we been an easy target? How long have our leaders, these so-called leaders, been weak? Not telling us to fortify, not telling us to prepare move your children from over here, get your elderly from over here. Prepare this, because this is where the economy is going. A lot of these Uncle Tom Negroes know. Don't think they don't know. Some of them sit on economic boards. Some of them deal with city planning. Some of them deal with all of this stuff. And they're quiet. And you will have to give an account, like Christ said. Trust and believe that. So like
that's right. If I could, let me get Lamentations 4:17 and 18 real quick. You know what I mean? Because again, this is a young brother. Got to be living somewhere around DC or just on the outside, Maryland, Virginia, close to the line. But to be in that part of DC, I think he probably got to be local to be riding a bike through at that hour of the night. He got to be local, probably hustling, working, you know, might be hustling from a pizza spot. You know, and when I say hustle, I'm talking about doing deliveries, you know, dropping food off. And of course, that's a college campus. It's not uncommon that somebody on a bike is dropping food off. As, you know, that's what people do in college. There ain't nobody cooking. It's ramen and takeout. That's college life. So this thing here that's absolutely ridiculous that they would stop him. And of course, I mean, go ahead and read that. I ain't want to go too much on.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed our vain help. In our watching, we watch for a nation that could not save us.
You understand? That's what's going on here. Like, imagine 2 out of these 3, 2/3 of these cups is visibly black. I can't say exactly what the other one is. And this is a young brother. And these cops join this nation to do what? He asks them, of course, for a job, but, you know, to make a difference from the inside and do the same thing the oppressors, the sons of the oppressors do. Keep going.
They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
Yeah, and you want to tell me that the Bible is not alive? Right. You want to tell me the Bible ain't real time, like a running real time transcript of your life right now? Right. The Bible ain't closed caption to what's going on in your life. If you can't see it and hear it, you could definitely read it like closed caption on an Amazon Prime series. Read that part again,
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
That we cannot go in our streets, Them pro-Palestinian and pro-Israeli protesters not in their streets.
Right.
Their streets is in Gaza. Their streets is in Tel Aviv.
Right.
Their streets is in Ashdod.
Right.
This is this brother's streets right here.
Right.
That's right.
This is he in his streets, Kingstonian, Washingtonian. He's in his streets, and he can't even ride a bike in his streets.
That's right.
DC have a whole ton of bike lanes all over the place. He can't even drive good. He in his street, riding in the bike lane, and he can't go.
That's right.
He can't go. They had to violate him out in the open like that. I hope some good lawyers see this and get this brother and his family some good,
DC money.
DC money.
That's right.
Some good DC money for this open violation right here. Kind of street side interrogation, this searching.
Right.
Strip search down here.
Right.
And Salakia, Cap, just to add to what you're saying too, you can imagine this happening to a small hat. The language it would have been using, it would have been, it would have been, this is, abuse of this, child abuse, this, Come on.
Go ahead.
They would have called, I tell you what they would have called them black officers, Nazis.
Nazi, exactly.
Hey, listen, I got all the buzzwords. I think I got a black book now. I'm adding to the vocabulary. They would have called them Nazis.
Yeah.
And I want to say something too to you black police officers. You in a unique position. Because it's funny because this situation here, once again, they're going to use you as a pawn to do their bidding on both sides. Now, here it is. With all this protest, you doing this to another young brother. You understand? And they using you. And you could tell the other one, he got his head down. You look at him. He know it's wrong. You could leave looking away. He know it's wrong.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you doing this to them. And meanwhile, when you go to the protest, the Palestinians is telling you that you work for the KKK.
Yep.
Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you out there, black police officers? The Palestinians told you. Why are you stopping us? They almost called you. They basically called you Uncle Tom. Now you heard it. Now listen. Now they were quiet when you were selling out us, but when you don't stand with them, guess what? Guess what they call you? They know who you are.
True.
They know. If you were on their side, if you were a Palestinian, then you would be considered a traitor. See, the truth always comes out. It may come from a source that you may not agree with, or you may not think where it came from. But why are they saying you're working for the KKK? You just doing your job. You just an upstanding police officer. Why did they have to make it racial? Why? They made it racial because they know who is killing our people in the streets. They know they know police brutality is a system of white oppression. That's why they called you. That's why they said you work for the KKK. You understand? But they only said it when it fits their point of view.
Right.
Yeah.
See, everybody play the race card because the race card is the most powerful card in the deck of life.
That's right.
So, like, I yield.
So, like, if I may too, sir. And I thank the Lord for Commander General Yohana and ISUPK. Like every time we do this show, and it's always a story that always gives me true gratitude for Commander General Yohana and ISUPK. And I'll tell you why. Because so many times when I see stories like this, and I won't go into the details, but myself personally and many other brothers that I know, we've been through something just like this. And we see this. And a lot of times, because we live in hell, this just becomes a part of life. I remember getting dressed every weekend to go to jail. Like, I remember wearing shoes that didn't have shoelaces. Like, the whole night, I wearing pants that I didn't have to have a belt. I used to wear sweatpants whenever, the whole weekend. Walter would tell you, I would dress that if we had to go to jail, I can fight. And so I would wear sweatpants with a drawstring that didn't need a belt. I would wear shoes that I didn't have to unlace and lace back. And because we live in hell and we're such a resilient people, and it's to our credit and to our demise at the same time, this can become part of your life and you would never know. This is wrong. Nobody will ever tell you this is abnormal. This is wrong. You are a victim. The white man is the devil. I thank Commander General Yohana for freeing me, because if not for the UPK, this shit right here would be part of our normal life. And we would just take it as part of, oh, that's just part of life. Nah, brother, this is not part of life. This is not living, brother. This is a violation, and you don't have to suffer this. You don't have to suffer this. You're allowed to have your goddamn manhood. You're allowed to have your manhood, man. Come into UPK and find out how you can keep your manhood and live righteously.
Right.
You understand?
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cap.
No, I was just saying too. I just going to get right back to it, because what Kazak said, you know what I mean, you would have never been able to relate it to the Palestinians like what you did, Cap. You understand? Like we will never draw the parallel with, there is an actual protest taking place. They're actually doing, you know what I mean, stuff for the police to go in there and to search everybody.
Yeah.
If you want to strip search, you have a reason to strip search.
That's right.
You understand? But you're doing it to one black man you single out while he was riding a bicycle.
Right.
No.
That's right.
It's crazy. This is something else I want to throw in there too. With all this new, I try to keep far from these people because I know how I get. This rainbow mafia, with all how they out now, you don't know who working where, and you don't know if this is some kind of fetish they fulfilling with this thing here. This is a woman emasculating a man, which is part of that alphabet mafia. And two men who just aiding and abetting and seem quite interested in this man's rear end when he have a backpack, he got pockets. I ain't seen nothing empty, you know?
Exactly.
Listen, man, come join the UPK so, you know, you could be met and greeted everywhere with a certain amount of respect, not because they like us.
That's right.
But they know this thing is going to end up in court. They're going to end up with the U.S. Attorney's Office. They know where this thing is going to end up. They violate one of Commander General Yohana's men.
Yes.
Come join the UPK where you know, just by looking at you. Listen, the slut at the well who was talking to our King Yahushua, she knew who he was by how he dressed. Not saying that this brother got this because of how he's dressed, but I'm trying to show you a better way. I'm trying to show you the way. Right now in these times, we in war. All them soldiers in Ukraine dress for the terrain in green camouflage and this and that. Your war apparel, your glorious and warlike apparel is these headpieces, these Maganda bars, these shirts, these shields, these fringes, these boots. You look and dress weird like you an alien. Brother, them cops going to look at you and be like, he cannot possibly, let's not violate him. There's nothing, he ain't doing nothing wrong. In fact, they'll be like, sir, why are you here? Are you, you know, listen, the small story, that same situation in the UK. Did you know that Birmingham police, brother, they came through and they say, listen, at first they came coming to arrest us because of the propaganda. People in the crowd had to tell them, you're wrong. They didn't do nothing. It's that woman in the crowd, and then they didn't want to arrest nobody.
Right.
Afterwards, they started saying, listen, man, y'all could bring your cars up here. You could do this, do that. They was trying to, you know, damn near make the thing up. And this is a place where you can't carry the cars because of the terrorism. They don't let cars drive through because of the car bombs. They said, nah, you know, just bring it past here. Don't worry. Any tickets you all get, the cop give a card. He said, any tickets you all get, just give me a call. We'll sort that whole thing out. No problem. You guys have a good day. Blah 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 blah. They start the whole thing done turn. I told you, brother, the Lord is with the UPK. I don't care what nobody say. I don't witness enough about it. You want to take your chances, walking these damn ways with these predators right out here? They're hunting your steps. You go ahead and do it. I'll stand with our king, man. I'll stand with high power and our people. And that's real intelligence right there.
That's right. That's right, Cap.
Yeah.
if I could, Cat, what you saying is so right, man. Join the echo chamber of truth. Join the home of truth. Okay. Let's turn the volume up on this thing, man. See, you gotta understand. We celebrated the Passover, and the blood kept the death angel away. Us being united, we have to now consolidate. Now, this ain't the time to be outside the pack or away from the herd. We have to be centralized now. You got to understand something out there, brothers and sisters. I know a lot of you out there, you an individual, you better search for the right hierarchy now. Because I'm going to tell you right now, in this day and time, if you're not under the Lord's authority and the Lord's protection, you're going to get eaten alive. You're going to get eaten alive on these streets. I'm telling you. And it's sad because some of these black Negroes is out there with them Palestinians trying to protest, and they have never gave you any kind of support in what you're going through. Matter of fact, if you get stopped tomorrow night and get beat like Rodney King, would they be at your jail cell? Would they be in front of the police department? No. They said we got to fight for Palestine because that's the mission. You understand? Start to join your people, man. Start to have some solidarity with your people, because these people here, they on the warpath, and there's no vote that can stop what's going on over there. These people, these heathens want to wipe each other off the map. I'm telling you, you hearing it from a prophet of the Lord, and there ain't nothing you can do to try to stop them. Get out the way. Get out of the way. Come home.
That's right.
Like, I yield.
That's right. Go ahead.
No, and again, just as you know, also, because I might say again to order for Commanding General Yana, because again, coming from the Caribbean, and witnessing, as you say, a glorious Passover,
Yes, sir.
Brotherhood, to order again to captain attack again, hosting, brothers, through the Caribbean, and helping brothers and taking care of brothers. And just as I say, this is the time now where brothers should really come into, to the school, because now there is a place, I would say, a safe refuge. Because now when you look at what's taking place on the outside of the school, just as we now witness or view the video, this is the exact same thing that we Commanding General Yana is protecting brothers from. Because why? This is where you're going to get school. This is where you're going to get house. This is where you're going to find that place of refuge. As you say, that safe place where that hedge will be around and the Lord protection will be around. Right. So I can talk about that again for that.
Damn right, brother. And I want to say, if I could, the water for brothers like you that standing firm in the Caribbean, man. Like we got, like it's time now to edify as well as fortify. You know what I'm saying? Like we got something special here, man. And what bonds us together is that covenant, man. The Lord made with us, man. Like with our forefathers. Like we got something. Like now it's time to get strong. Now it's time to every resource we got, we put it in here. Every skill we got, we bring it in here. You understand? Now it's time to get strong.
That's
we
right.
Fortify now, because this place here is going to hell. We already have a government, and that's the government that Christ set up.
That's right. And just to add to what all you're saying too, you know what I mean? We have to teach them kids, just like the so-called small hats. He teach his kids about the Holocaust. They have I forget the name of it. Let me see the name of it. It's somewhere here in the bill. They call them the till they just know. Yeah, the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance. You understand? They're called, you know what I mean? Like we need, you know what I mean? We that. The ISUPK is that. We're not forgetting about slavery. You bring a kid in here, they're gonna learn about slavery. They're gonna learn that the so-called oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. They're gonna learn that in here. You know what I mean? Don't ever forget it. Because the day you forget it, you know what I mean, you're gonna be siding with the police, you're gonna be siding with the politicians, you're gonna be siding with everybody against your own people. And thinking we the problem. When you could clearly see we not the problem.
That's right.
You understand? We not the problem. It's just the propaganda that you can't see through. You understand? We are the victims. That's who we are. No, it's just like the so-called small hats. He portrays himself to be the victim when he's the perpetrator. You understand? He's the one that is, you know what I mean, making things happen while he's the victim at the same time too. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Right. You gotta come in here. You gotta make your mind and come in here. You know what I mean? Right. Your churches is not going to help you. You're clearly seeing that.
Yeah.
You know?
If I could too, I just want to definitely get into the story with a little girl before we leave. But there's a series, I forget, it's Amazon or Netflix. It's called Black Mirror.
Yeah.
It's like a Twilight Zone, a modern day Twilight Zone. Every episode is different scenarios. There's one in there. Look for it. I'm gonna send it to you all in the chat. Probably post it. There's an episode in there. I forget the name of it, but it's supposedly in the future, and then there's these soldiers that is like paramilitary, almost like police, but they're really soldiers. And after some catastrophic event, they're sweeping the area around, and they're telling these. So the narrative is that there's these people that are like cockroaches because they have some virus and they turned. How to go through and exterminate them. So they're showing you the soldiers going through different houses in the countryside, and they're seeing these people, and they're in human form, but their face is all jacked up and looking like monsters and stuff like that. And all the soldiers, they would always have to go back for this debriefing, and they would tune up some chip they have in the neck. And one of the brothers, his chip started malfunctioning. So he goes through the house, and it's so heavy they make it a brother. He goes through the house, and he's seeing people asking for help.
Right.
So he lower his gun. His soldiers, co-workers come in and blow them people away and say, man, why you take so long to shoot them monsters? So he's like, what the hell is going on? Come to find out, the chip they're putting in them is making them see poor people as monsters. And he went back and he started to challenge the military and all kind of thing. They wipe his whole brain clean, put him in a house, give him an award in the end, dress him up in a suit, give him a fake wife, put him in a house in the end. And it really showing you how they feed in the law enforcement and the army an image. So when they see people like them, you see in a monster. And it resonates so much where, you know, Darren Wilson called Michael Brown a grown man, like he was a Hulk. Exactly. And this is a boy. So now how far is propaganda really going, and where intelligence really stopped? And that's what we see here in this tape with the young 15-year-old boy. This is an international proxy protest going on here. They're having a proxy war like Israel and Gaza.
That's right.
And you stop one brother on a bike?
Right.
Come on, Cap.
Listen, time to unplug from the Matrix and come in the UPK, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's high time. These doors going to close in a second. It's high time. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Salaki. Someone going to say something?
Yes, Salaki, Cap. Just to prove a point. How many you all know about Stokely Carmichael?
Sir.
Yeah, about him. Right? No, he was a brother. I think he was from Trinidad too.
Yeah.
Right? Now, Stokely said this about the so-called Jewish the small hats. He's like, he asked a question. He's like, well, I think is a statement I think he made pertaining to the fact that the so-called Jewish man was he was how to put it, he was harmed by the Nazis, right? Why they didn't give the Jewish man Germany? Why didn't take Germany? Why they had to go take somebody, you know what I mean? Why they had to go occupy another land?
Yeah.
Why they didn't give them Germany? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I just show you, you know what I mean? They will never have a study man like this in the Caribbean. They'll never. You will have to grow up and learn about Stokely Carmichael. You'll have to grow up and learn about, you know what I mean, certain, you know what I mean, people they'll call rebels in the Caribbean. You know what I mean? People who come up against the system. Not saying they had the truth, but at the same time, too, they will have you thinking they'll have you on a path to getting intelligence. You understand? And not sitting back and, you know what I mean, and being taught, you know what I mean, what the so-called oppressor wants you to know. You understand? You know what I mean? So we definitely have a job to do in teaching the future Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I mean? About, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The slavery, the captivity. You know what I mean? And so that we don't have to, you know what I mean, go through what we're going through right now and thinking it's just life. You understand? It's not life.
And if I could, Captain, going back to it, let's let you know, like, once again, they're setting up an ethno state while doing ethnic cleansing.
Right.
This is still race related. Don't let them. Don't let these people try to change it and say, well, you know, that it's just a government. Palestine. No, it's one race against another race.
Basically,
let's just keep it real. This is a race war. Let's just keep it real. You don't want the word race to come out in this, but that's what's going on in the Middle East. It's one race against another race.
Right.
You understand? Just like Christ prophesied, nation gonna rise against nation.
That's right.
A nation is a race of people.
Right.
Look up the definition of a nation. They try to make it you think that we live in some damn utopia over here. It ain't. It ain't. You understand? You have the ones who are subjugated and the ones who are in power.
That's
you understand? And that's one thing about those, like Captain Thought brought out about those thinkers, those people who think outside the box, outside the norm, and then make people think. And they always been the outcasts of society. They always been labeled the troublemaker. Why you think they hated Christ so much? He made people think.
Yes, sir.
He made us understand our oppression, not just from a physical aspect, but from a spiritual aspect.
Yeah.
And that made him dangerous. That made him and the men he rode with, the disciples, dangerous.
Right.
Because knowing that and knowing the time, they knew that it could usher in a new government, especially with him having the spiritual power. It was dangerous. It was too dangerous for the status quo. And them Uncle Tom traitorous Negroes, the religious leaders at that time, conspired and campaigned by a vote to have him crucified. That is who you dealing with. That's why we in the position we in right now, because those same Negroes are back here again today.
Yeah. Yep. If I could, I can just play this video real quick. I'm probably gotta skip through it just because of the time, because I don't want to go much further. I want to be done by now. But I think this video is it speaks volumes to how much men are missing in society. You know what I mean? I'm gonna jump ahead and just give the solution to the whole thing. But brothers, you know what I mean? Again, thank the Lord for the Israelite School of ISUPK and the Command General Hannah for, of course, giving a man a place to be a man.
That's right.
And in this world, a man doesn't have a place to be a man. He has a place to exist, but he can't exist as a man.
That's right.
Yeah. But the UPK gives a brother a place to exist as a man. You could come in here and be a man, and you don't have to change up and do. Of course, you got to change and obey the Lord, but you ain't got to, you ain't got to cut your manhood off to be, you know what I mean? And you, and what comes with being a man is authority over your family and stuff like that. And this year is a horrible situation, you know what I mean? And the mantra is the same. There's not a man to organize the earth like in Genesis. That's all it is here.
After a 13-year-old girl was attacked on a school bus by adults.
Our Robbie Owen spoke with a family who is looking for answers and a warning. What you're about to see is disturbing.
The videotaped attack on a 13-year-old girl, horrifying. But what you're seeing here is round two. The chaos first unfolded on a Denton ISD school bus leaving Betty Myers Middle School last week.
She said, if I didn't keep her name out my mouth, then she was going to beat me up.
No, you hear what she did. The girl, I'm gonna just get a long story. she's new in the school, or some girl is new in the school. The girl come to her and say, if you don't keep my name out your mouth, I'm going to F you up. Of course, you know where that come from. Even the phrase, that's that Will Smith BS, which is, again, he's not a man. He's absolutely not a man. And then the whole thing start on the bus with these damn, heifers getting on the bus and touching somebody else's child. Again, because you're not allowing men to be men, you don't understand. A man he'll go sit in a cell for what's his. He'll just throw it all away and just put everybody in a box and go sit in the cell. The absence of men in these homes is causing for toxic parentage and horrible children being raised. Let me continue.
This child is the one being attacked by a girl she says she didn't even know.
Scared, like I was scared.
When did you realize that this girl's mother and another adult had gotten on the school bus?
When she screamed, "Mom."
And what went through your mind then?
Wish that I had my mama.
Like, she's saying she wished she had her mother. She didn't say, I wish my father was there. Like in her mind, her father is not even part of the equation. In her mind, she thinks this is happening because her mother is not there to fight the other girl's mother like the other girl has it. She doesn't see that if her father is there, fear enters the room when a man walks in.
That's right.
It's like you don't know how this thing gonna go, and that's needed. That's needed in society. That's needed in these homes. That's gonna make children have a certain amount of intelligence to know. Damn, if I do this, I'm gonna have to deal with that nigga later. You have some out of control, big-headed broad who wants to go fight little children because she has some hole in her. Anytime you see them older sisters competing with younger sisters, whether it's physically fighting them or in some kind of verbal altercation, it's because she's a hoe and the young girl is taking attention from her. She wants to go fight some young girl. She doesn't have somebody home who would, step into it. And she, in her mind, is not like, if I do this, I'm going to have to deal with that brother later. He ain't gonna allow this. He ain't gonna go for that. This thing ain't gonna go right. So everybody just doing whatever the hell they want. And the girl's mother said something very heavy at the end.
Because nobody helped.
Not then or earlier. The 13-year-old, who wanted to be called Nicole, says earlier in the day she started hearing that the girl, new to the school, wanted to fight her. So she did what has so often been asked. She said something.
Yes, ma'am. I told the assistant principal.
The same day?
The same day. I told the counselor and I told the principal.
Nicole says she was later told that school officials spoke to the girl, but it didn't seem to matter.
We ended up fighting.
And I want to be really clear, Nicole. Who swung first? Who started this fight?
She did. And I guess one of the women came and put me in the chokehold on the bus.
Nicole says after the adults got off the school bus, they followed it to her stop and attacked her again. Somehow she was able to phone her mother.
And I heard my baby scream out.
And no one did it.
No one did anything.
Fighting back tears, Nicole's mother says she wonders why the school bus driver failed to act.
Had he locked that door, called for help, waited for the police to arrive, those grown adults wouldn't have been able to get on that bus.
No, I just want to unpack it real quick, Arvin. We look on time. Had he locked the door, had he called for help, that's two he's. The police that come in is a car full of he's. Sisters, you need a man, and you need a man over you.
Right.
You rather call for a man conveniently. That's why you have to be on TV and you can't even be feminine and cry. You had to hold back the tears because you had to be masculine. because you don't have the little girl. She can't even cry proper on TV, bro. I'm gonna play a little bit more, brother. The girl started to describe how she is after mentally.
Hey, I gotta say one quick.
Oh, please, come on.
I mean, and Blacks Hispanics and Native Indian, you listen to this right now, you should be sharing. You should be hitting that like button.
That's right.
Because this is real news. This is for Black people. This is Captain Meshach unpacking what's taking place in the Black community. Not what your news anchors and them doing. They're pushing that propaganda on us.
Right.
Because why we ain't seen videos of them so-called small hats unaliving them innocent children across there in Palestine. Because it's propaganda. But what you're getting here is the real news. And the news not you were just watching it and you would just think these are a bunch of animals you're looking at.
Right.
When it's a people that's oppressed, they ain't have no fathers in the house, as Captain Meshach is breaking down. You understand? And these women are doing a horrible job.
That's right.
And so, like I say one thing too. Now, for any Negro that want to go down there and protest with the Palestinians and the Israelis, this is where you supposed to be right here.
That's right.
This your why you worried about their household and what's going on with their people. This is your fight right here.
That's right.
All them ones down in Columbia. I wish I could have went down there in Columbia. I would have said, everybody report to the Bronx. Everybody black out here. I got a protest for you. Report to the Bronx.
That's right. Yep, you're right. Most I Christ. You're absolutely right. Let me get a little bit more on what you're saying.
Assault my child, and they wouldn't been able to follow the bus and continue assaulting her. And then while they was out there fighting her, it's like he just drove off.
Look closely. You can see in this video the bus pulling away as the teenage girl is being attacked on the ground behind it.
I didn't deserve it. I don't think no kid deserves to go through anything like that.
Her message to the women who attacked her?
I have to look and watch every time when I see a white car. And I have to be on watch everywhere I go because of you.
Let me just say something that's very dangerous here, right? Now, of course, I don't know what happened. I don't even know if she was the provocateur in the whole thing. She could have instigated the thing and just be crying, faking. But the angle I'm taking is that she's the victim, of course. And the news say the mother fighting back tears, and you see she's fighting back tears. If men are not wrong, women don't have a space to be vulnerable, and that could be very damaging to the emotional intelligence of a sister. And when she reaches of age and you trying to connect with her, you realize you can't connect with her because she done had to cut off very natural, normal human reactions because she doesn't. There's no man in the house where she could crumble and fall upon, where she could fully let it out and fall upon. A young girl here, she knows she didn't deserve this shit. I don't know if y'all see this shot here. Hold on, where's the shot? Oh boy, where is it? I think as the thing is driving off. Is it here? 1 second.
Teenage girl is being attacked on the ground behind.
The bus driver, I think, is a devil. He just picking up the animals and dropping them off. You know, he ain't managing the zoo. He just transporting the zoo.
I didn't deserve it. I don't think no kid deserves to go through anything like that.
Her message to the women who...
Brother, that's not the teenage girl, you know. That's a grown woman beating this 13-year-old girl. Now, the sister, she have a little size on her, so you don't think she's 13. But that's a child this grown woman is beating like that. Y'all need to just create space for men to be. Buy a big comfortable chair, let him sitting there by the bed he like. Create an environment, do what he like, find what he likes out. And listen, MC Light had a song saying, I cram to understand you. Just like a test. I cram so I could understand you. You sisters, you come to the UPK, you change your life, and you become a sister and a daughter. Come on, Jenny Hannah in here, so you can get a right husband, and you put your mind and your spirit to yield to that brother and understand him, so your children know how to go through this right here. Because now somebody had to answer this shit. To give that girl some sort of justice and self-esteem back.
Who attacked her?
I have to look and watch every time when I see a white car.
Every time she see what?
Watch everywhere I go.
Every time she see a white car, because remember the car follow her. Like the beat down on the bus happened first.
Yeah.
Then they got off the bus. The bus left to go, make the run. The two dirty broads and the daughter get in the car, follow the bus. She on the bus knowing because other kids, they're following you. They texting back and forth. You know what kids do? I'm gonna beat that bitch. You'll go live. I'm gonna beat her up. My mom gonna beat her. And they taunting her on the bus. She gets dropped off and the bus leaves her. You know what kind of psychological damage that does to somebody? You feel like you set up. You don't know if you're gonna get hit with a brick and die. And there's no man around, like it says in Genesis. There's not a man to till the earth. In the UPK, though. There's men in the UPK. In the ISUPK, we build men under command, John Johanna. You need a man, you come in here find that. And listen, we follow the scriptures too. The man don't necessarily have to marry you. You could just report to a camp leader and an army would show up to protect them damn kids.
That's right.
Because of you.
Denton school officials tell me that they are unable to discuss student discipline, but could share that the girl is not returning to the campus. Nicole says she was suspended for 3 days for defending herself.
I feel like Denton ISD failed my child. I could be a parent planning funeral arrangements if they would have had a weapon and got on their bus with a knife or a gun.
What is your message to the school?
Do better. If a child
and listen, this again, she don't have a man. She right. She could have been planning a funeral. It happens so many times. Girl hit her head on the concrete. She done. You planning a funeral now. And we done heard stories about this so many times. The message, they could have done better. The message is the white man is the devil.
That's right.
The wrong approach right here. This whole sappy, get on TV with that head wrap and say, Shalom, listen, what they did to my daughter was wrong. The Lord gonna burn them, their houses down. The Lord gonna do something to them. And I want to say the white man is the devil. That white that driver who's driving the bus, he's the damn devil. If this was Jewish kids and Palestinian kids was jumping in, he would have tried to be the hero. But because it's us, because we're the children, she needed to learn to lay into them. But she ain't got no man to give her that. She got no man. She got no leader to give her that thing.
This is reaching out to you and they telling you someone is bothering them and they trying to avoid a situation. Do better. Help them.
So what help is there now for Nicole?
No, I'm not okay. I got hurt physically, but not just physically, emotionally. And I have to sit up at night crying about it, asking God why. But I also pray for them. Because my mom taught me, just because they did you wrong, it's all for a reason, it's all for purpose.
Yeah, but it ain't that sentiment when it comes to the child's father, though.
Yeah.
Her mom taught her, pray for them because they did you wrong. But when it comes to that black man that you feel did you wrong, you take everything from him, and now your daughter's terrified and traumatized, and you're teaching her the wrong thing because the goddamn Christian church pray for them because X, Y, Z. Let me tell you something. Justice is sweet medicine.
Right.
That's right.
Justice and judgment is sweet medicine, brother. It could repair someone and save them from a lifetime of just being a nutcase. Like this girl, she getting ready to be on prescription medication now and have a long-term therapist sessions. That's what's getting ready to happen to her right here. Getting ready to happen to her, all because there's no man to be the monster that's necessary so she could enjoy peace and play. So like anybody else wanted to jump in on it, we just about done with that video there.
And that's the problem. Like, we need a black community. That bus driver needed to be black. You know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? Something where, you know what I mean, he could, you know what I mean, see that could be his grandchild or his daughter or something, and step in.
Right.
That for the love of me, how the hell did they get on the bus? He unlocked the doors, and then they came off. He didn't call the cops.
No.
He dropped off. He saw the car following. I'm sure he saw the car following. You know what I mean? And he just sit back and is like, I'm gonna stay out of that. Ain't no sweat.
Yeah, this is the integration here. This is, you know, Martin Luther King. This is Brown versus Board of Education. This is public school. This is this. You need to separate, man. You need to definitely separate and understand that we in this place, we living in a dysfunction. Our kids, listen, the Bible says, women rule over thee and children oppress you. That's in Isaiah.
Yeah.
The book of Isaiah. Women rule over thee and children are your oppressors. Black man, Hispanic man, come to the UPK and find your manhood. And once you get it, brother, you ride like the wind with it and have rulership and authority over everything you survey. The future will be better. And this is a nationwide phenomenon with these youths. Passover weekend, they had some seniors day down there on the National Harbor in DC. All kind of shooting and looting going on, hundreds of students. Within a week, Maryland passed some bill. Anywhere, any teenager over 13 years, unsupervised, after 5 p.m. at the National Harbor is getting locked up. And if it depends on the severity of what's going on, the parents is getting fined. So this phenomenon with the youth having, you know, being this out of control, it's national, it's nationwide. Because nationwide, you've taken black men out of the house, and now our houses are spoiled.
That's right.
I won't go no further. You know what I mean? Definitely appreciate you all for coming on tonight, as usual. You know what I mean? Went on a little late. I appreciate you all for, you know, coming through. Again, big up Captain Fat Captain Passover himself, rocking out a good Passover there from down in North Carolina. Lord Allah, we do it again real soon. Yeah, maybe our Captain Kahan coming through. Yeah, man out of the thicket coming through as usual. Definitely appreciate you for coming through, Cap. And of course, we are. Hey, Arawadia, you in Trinidad too? Yeah, Officer Kazak, Officer Sawapia, Officer Arawadia. Who else in the house there? Thumbiyam and our Warrior. We also have Officer Warrior in the house. Man, if you're enjoying Commander Johnny Hanna this Monday, 9 p.m., he's going to be on with the heavy hitters. Pay your tithes, ISUPK.com. Let them tithes come into this house. You come in this house, join the UPK. Classes every day, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sabbath service. Get in, locked in, man. Don't leave nothing to chance. Get up in this body, man. Lord Allah, we'll see you all next week again on Commander Johnny Hanna Saturday Night Live for sure. With that, we're going to say shalom. Yabashan Shabrak
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking. The moment they are called, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughter safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it. I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me. I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraphs or forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to get salutes. thugs. They ain't there to give you hugs. The same that done pulled me from the dirt and from the mud. It's gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid. Plus 10. Put me in the Supermax. I get super jacked, working out every day. Canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe. My brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Still my fate. I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their names. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. But only make it worse, is loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.